What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Now, with that out of the way, shall we begin?
Lobo Nation is on Jack FM. KOOI, Jacksonville, Tyler, Longview.
106.5 Jack FM presents the John King Coaches Show.
Brought to you by Peter Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Buick in Longview.
Good evening, Lobo Nation. Harlan, the sports guy, Pigskin Bob, and head coach John King on the John King Coaches Show, getting you ready for Longview Lobo District Football tonight. The John King Coaches Show is presented by Peter Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Fiat in Longview. Good evening, Pigskin.
Good evening.
Mr. Coach.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good.
Great win over Legacy last week.
Yeah, it was. Of course, only got to play a half due to the weather delay, but we suspended the game at halftime, which I think was the right decision.
So that goes down as a win.
It is in my book. I don't care. We went out and played pretty good in the first half, and like I said, the weather set in, and we didn't feel like we could get started back before 11 o'clock. So with us having a district game this week, we decided to call it there and move on. So, but our kids played well. Offensively, I think we punted the first drive, and they played us a little bit differently than what we'd expected, and came out and then put some scoring drives together, had some big runs, had some big pass plays, and defensively played pretty solid. So, good win.
Talk about your defensive line. That seems to be one of the main things people are pointing to, is how strong that defensive line is and how they impose their will on some of these other teams.
We got some good players up there. Two guys have been starters since they were sophomores, and Zarius Shepard and Billy Smith, and Jameson Darrensburg moved from tight end to defensive end, so he's a guy with 2 years of varsity experience, so he understands the speed of the game. Then Arian Harper starting for us there, a kid that played offensive line the last couple of years. We moved to defense this spring, and he's made the most of his opportunity. And behind those guys, got a ton of depth. I mean, Chris Wilder's come in and played a big role for us, Isaiah Horton, guys like that, and playing about 10 guys. So depth is good.
It used to be all the talk was your defensive backs.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that was the strength of your defense. And now they haven't gone anywhere. They're still there.
They're still there. So they're pretty good as well.
And your linebacker plays good, right?
Well, that's the one spot we're kind of thin at, young at, a little inexperienced, but they're getting better week to week, and we're starting to develop some more depth. So, defensively, we've been playing a ton of guys, and that's going to help us down the road.
Mm-hmm. Got away with a good victory. New coach there, Bo Trahan. What's the future legacy?
I think it looks good. And I told him after the game, I said, "Man, your kids are playing harder. They're playing more physical. Just stay the course." And they are. You can see the difference from them from week 1 to week 3, and just how they've kind of the chemistry's developing offensively, and their defense, starting to play better, have a better understanding. So it's, when you come in and take over a new program, new faces, you really don't know at the ins and outs of every player and how they respond to certain situations. What one kid may look good in practice, you put him in a game, he don't show up. And this could be vice versa. Kid's not a practice guy, and he gets out there in a game, he makes plays. Some kids can react. That's the defensive guys. That's those that can react to what they see. To me, that's guys need to be playing defense, and guys that don't, they need to play offense. And sometimes it takes a while to figure it out.
All right. Those that see ghosts and those that don't.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I mean, we see it all the time. I mean, we got kids, that you think would be a great player, and put him over there on defense. He has speed, he has physicality. He can do all those things, and then the ball snaps, and he just freezes because he's not used to reacting.
Now, Casey Pierce is your DC.
John Berry
is.
Casey Pierce is at Breckenridge.
Yeah.
Been there since before COVID.
Okay. I was going to say Breckenridge. Is that where he?
Mm-hmm. John Berry's
my
back.
Googler didn't work very good. I thought Berry was your offense.
No. John Berry's defense. Chris Valerie's on
Valerie is. Okay.
Your Googler.
I
guess you asked for that information too.
Yeah, well, no. It's getting a little personal in here.
Yeah, is it true that with the kickoff of district play tonight, you called in a couple of experts to fire up the school at the pep rally today? Is that Is that what you got
It's
cooking?
really supposed to be a secret, but I guess we're going to let the cat out.
Well, this won't play till after the pep rally.
yeah.
So
It's true.
yeah, you brought it.
Well, I had two options. It's Lufkin week, either Willie the janitor or bring in Harlan and Pigskin. So I went with the A-team.
Willie was busy, huh? That's right.
We look forward to having y'all.
Always fun. We're hosting the pep rally this afternoon, and
We got a new cheer coach, Reggie
Yeah.
Corpening, and he's done a good job.
Yeah.
He has, and that's a tough gig. And I've been very complimentary of him, and told him that myself. But he's done an excellent job, and I think our cheerleaders done a great job supporting the kids.
And we can go ahead and mention that our coach of the week is Shaka Jackson.
Yeah, Shocker,
Yes.
our volleyball
Our-
coach. He's been here for
Years.
I don't know, probably 12, 13 years now.
She was on our Lobo Nation Sports Hour with us a couple of times.
Yep.
that's right.
Back in the day, sure was, and she does an excellent job with their volleyball program. And of course, she's got two kids at the high school, Trinity and TJ, and her husband Jabari. They coach at Forest Park, so they're Lobos through and through.
Haynes had a big weekend. I know you flew out to Atlanta to catch that. Got to sit through a long rain delay. I think the whole East Coast got rain delayed last week. Talk about how Haynes did before we move on to Lufkin.
Had a good week. I thought he played well in the game. Missed a throw or two he could have had, but I thought they did a good job offensively, getting the ball spread around, and missed some scoring opportunities. But they made some big plays as well. So they're 1-1 and get to go to Ole Miss this week. So I'll make that drive out there Saturday.
Drive out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell them we're all rooting for them.
Sure will.
Back here. All right, let's take a break. Come back. We got district play getting underway. We got the Lufkin Panthers. I don't know if you know this, Coach. This is a big game. So we want to talk about it with you after this on the John King Coaches Show, presented by Peter Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Fiat in Longview. This is your home for Longview Lobo football. 106.5 Jack FM.
Peters Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat in Longview has the largest new Jeep selection in East Texas, like the Jeep Wrangler 4xe with fuel economy of 49 miles per gallon and 375 horsepower. And don't miss the best deal of the year. The Jeep Gladiator Sport is 1.9% for 72 months plus employee pricing. And shop new Wrangler, Gladiator, and the Jeep Grand Cherokee during the Jeep Make This the Summer event. And check out the only exclusive Jeep showroom in East Texas at Peters Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. Online at peterschryslerjeep.net.
The best things in life are free. The simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to attain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Here's one deal all sports fans can root for. Cable Link's broadband 1 gig with unlimited data for $79.95 a month. The best deal in town. Score with a 12-month price lock. No credit check and no deposit required. Plus, you may qualify for the affordable connectivity plan for more savings. Visit cablelinks.com/getgignow. That's cablelinks.com/getgignow. Many factors affect speed. Offer expires without notice. Restrictions apply.
Two great Longview traditions, Longview Lobo football and Hot Dog Express. Stop by Hot Dog Express this week for your favorite hot dogs and delicious fries, featuring all your favorites, the mustard dog, delicious chili cheese dogs, the famous Chicago dog, and Polish sausages. Hot Dog Express on Highway 80 now features an expanded drive-through lane. Good luck to the Longview Lobos this season. Let's make another state championship run with extra mustard.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health. Your life. Our purpose. Christus Health.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Harlan, the sports guy, Pigskin Bob, head coach John King, back on the John King Coaches Show. Thank you to Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Fiat for sponsoring the John King Coaches Show. And, Coach, get the big eraser out. Erase everything. That don't mean anything. Now we start playing and we keep score. And 4 teams are going to make the playoffs. And the rest ain't, and their season's going to be over. And everybody's expecting you to make a nice run. It starts tonight with Lufkin. You got a tough district. I think you ought to take them one game at a time, Coach.
Good advice. But, it kicks off district play for 7-5-8. It's an important game for both teams. This is the second season, as we tell the kids. We had non-district, now we're in district, second part of the season. If we want a third season, you got to take care of business now. And it's going to be a tough district race. We start with Lufkin. I think Lancaster, week 2 is going to be a tough challenge as well. Forney's playing really, really well right now. McKinney North just knocked off Lancaster. Tyler High's playing well. And the 2 Mesquite schools, they're always scary. We're going to halftime with those guys, either tied or one-score game. So,
a couple of rascals there.
Yeah. We can sneak up on you if you ain't careful. You take them lightly. But no, it starts with this one. I mean, big East Texas rivalry game. I know Longview, Lufkin. Last year we got back in the district with them for the first time in a long, long time. I guess since like 2003. Mm-hmm. Had been the last time we'd been in district.
You beat them 56-7.
Well, things went right
year.
for us,
so
went wrong for them. Has nothing
to do with this year?
Not indicative.
Not the same team?
The difference between two teams. It was our night. It wasn't theirs. I mean, sometimes it happens. Momentum got on our side and it didn't on theirs. And we've been on the flip side of that as well, too.
That's why we hate Lufkin.
Well, we respect them, but we respect them.
As in Harlan,
you two guys, man.
That's right.
But they're much better. And really, last year after we played them, every week, we would follow them with the opponent. Somehow we always managed to get Lufkin tape. However the rotation was, and you could see them getting better. And really, they should have been in the playoffs, and they blow a lead to McKinney North late, and they had a chance to beat Lancaster last game of the year. And it was a one-score game, and I think it was a turnover late against Forney that kept them from winning that game. So they were real close. And they got everybody back. They got Kendron Young, the running back, quarterback's back. They got big play receivers out wide. Huge offensive line. Most of those guys are back from last year. And then you look at them defensively. They were young last year. And they've changed structures. They're a year older and more physical, and they got a nose guard, Zion Williams, that's going to be a problem. Another defensive tackle, number 11's a problem, and they're really good in the secondary. So it's typical Lufkin. I mean, they've gone back to old-time religion, running football and throwing a bomb and playing good, solid, sound defense. And, it'll be a heck of a game.
Two similar teams. Great running back, good offensive line. Mm-hmm. You might be better on defense than they are, but offensively, it's almost mirror images.
Yeah, they just do it out of a little bit different formation we do. But, there's 2 really good running backs in this game. You're going to see that every district game, because I think every district team I just mentioned that has in the top 6 has a Division I running back.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah. The running backs in this league.
But only one has the best in the nation.
We like the one
and we like the one we got.
You'll keep him?
He's a keeper.
and Lufkin considers Longview their biggest rival. Is it the other way around for you?
Probably
for John King. Maybe not Longview High School.
No, I don't know. I think it's kind of, it just depends on what area you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes older people would say Marshall.
Right.
Newer generation would be Lufkin. It's kind of been back and forth. I mean, when we first got here in 2000, it was everybody we played,
Yeah.
But it's kind of swap more to Lufkin. And I would think because of the number of times we've met up in the postseason.
Yeah.
We'd open the season up against one another and play each other in the playoffs. And we've played in the quarterfinals 2 or 3 times. And,
right.
in some big games. We've won some, they've won some, and so I would probably have to say, yeah, Lufkin is our biggest rival.
Yeah, a Cowboys analogy. It used to be Cowboys Redskins, and that's always still kind of something. But really now it's those darn Eagles. It's the Eagles that we got to get through, and they got to get through us. And Lufkin, Longview, and the 11 in a row loss, the triple overtime win, the legend of Willie the janitor.
Yeah, it's
Harlan and Bob ruining pep rallies. It's bananas.
Delirium.
It is, but it's always been a good contest now.
John Outlaw, John King, just such great.
Pat Collins and John Outlaw were friends, similar to what Todd Quick and John King are.
Yeah.
And of course I had a chance to coach against Coach Outlaw and look up to him. I always have. And he was one of the guys. He was a mentor. And still have a picture of John Outlaw in my office.
Yeah.
So
it's respect.
It is. A guy that did it the right way. And if anybody, if there ever was a model to follow, it was John Outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you just how he treated people, how he treated kids, the good ones, the bad ones. It doesn't matter. And it was all about doing what's right for people. So he was a legend in my mind.
All right, we going healthy to this game?
Pretty much. We've had some bumps and bruises, but I think we're pretty healthy.
Okay. Well, we're going to be at the pep rally. That's going to be a win.
Got to be.
So we'll grab that dub and get you off on the right way. It's at Lobo Stadium tonight. You only got 4 home games. 2 of them are back-to-back here. Early into non-district, into kickoff district, so that's kind of crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
But glad to have this one at home. We need the home crowd to be behind the Lobos tonight.
After this one, gas up them buses. They're going to be all over.
Here come the Road Warriors.
All right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck tonight, and you'll join the guys after the game for the post-game show right here on 106.5 Jack FM. But when we come back, we're going to send it out to the stadium. Brian Houston, Johnny Vaughn with the call of the great matchup between the Longview Lobos and the Lufkin Panthers on your home for Longview Lobo football, 106.5 Jack FM.
Peters in Longview is the #1 pre-owned center in the region with over 800 vehicles, from light and heavy-duty trucks and vans to a huge selection of SUVs, including Cadillac, Lexus, and BMW. Protect yourself from high gas prices with our great selection of economical cars and our pre-owned Bronco and Wrangler MPVs. And we have a large selection of pre-owned commercial and fleet vehicles, including flatbeds and box vans. All at Peters, the #1 pre-owned center in East Texas. Online at peterscars.com.
This has been the John King Coaches Show on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brought to you by Peter Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Buick in Longview. Start checking at Telco Plus Credit Union to be a winner. Their checking accounts are awesome. Direct deposit is paid 2 days early. Bill pay is free. Overdraft or no overdraft options. And they set you up to win a free app, low balance alerts, and budget software. They have discounts for students and seniors. Open a checking account today with your hometown credit union, Telco Plus, to save and earn more. Federal insured by the NCUA. Checking approval and membership qualifications apply. Visit telcoplus.org for details and restrictions.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Story and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Story and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
Here's one deal all sports fans can root for. Cable Link's broadband 300 megs with unlimited data for less than $35 a month. The best price in town for this speed. Score with a 12-month price lock. No credit check and no deposit required. Plus, you may qualify for the affordable connectivity plan for more savings. Visit cablelinks.com/connect. That's cablelinks.com/connect. Many factors affect speed. Offer expires without notice. Restrictions apply.
Start checking at Telco Plus Credit Union to be a winner. Their checking accounts are awesome. Direct deposit is paid 2 days early. Bill pay is free. Overdraft or no overdraft options. And they set you up to win a free app, low balance alerts, and budget software. They have discounts for students and seniors. Open a checking account today with your hometown credit union, Telco Plus, to save and earn more. Federal insured by the NCUA. Checking approval and membership qualifications apply. Visit telcoplus.org for details and restrictions.
What time is it? Game time. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Now, with that out of the way, shall we begin?
Hell yeah! 106.5 Jack FM presents Longview Lobo High School football.
KOOI Jacksonville. Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Also brought to you by Eastman Credit Union, Longview Kilgore Cable TV, Sorry and Hoover Law Firm, Fishes RV Center, Longview Orthopedic Clinic, Christus Good Shepherd, Soapy's Car Wash, Hot Dog Express, Telco Plus Credit Union, and McDaniel's Quality Body Works. The Lobos are on 106.5 Jack FM.
Lobo Nation, it's time for Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM. Live from Lobo Stadium in Longview, Texas, it's the District 7-5A Division I opener between the second-ranked Longview Lobos and the 18th-ranked Lufkin Panthers. Coach John King's Longview Lobos are 2-1 and coming off only one half of football last week, leading Tyler Legacy 28-7 before the game was called at halftime due to severe weather and lightning. Taylor Tatum rushed for 57 yards and 2 scores in that game. For the year, Tatum has rushed for 317 yards, 31 passing yards, 42 receiving yards. He's rushed for 5 touchdowns, and he's thrown a touchdown pass. The Longview defense held Legacy to 26 yards rushing on 20 attempts last week. Longview averaging 38 points per game, allowing just under 15 points per game. Lufkin Panthers of Coach Todd Quick missed the playoffs the last 2 years, but they are 3-0 this year and coming off a come-from-behind 24-17 win over Texas A&M Consolidated. Star running back Kedron Young rushed for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter alone. For the year, the 4-star Notre Dame commit has 507 rushing yards, 51 receiving yards, and 8 rushing touchdowns. Quarterback T.J. Hammond has thrown for 675 yards and 6 touchdowns. The Panthers are averaging 34 points a game. They give up 17. The Panthers defense led by 4-star junior nose tackle, 6'4", 306-pound Zion Williams. This is the 86th meeting between these two longtime East Texas rivals. The Lobos own a 44-37-4 record against the Panthers since October 21st, 1932. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, and then we'll come back, bring in Johnny Vaughn, and get ready for the beginning of tonight's ball game, the district opener. It's Longview versus Lufkin. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Peters Chevrolet has a new shipment that just arrived. Our largest selection of trucks and cars of the year. With Silverados, Silverado Heavy Duty, and the Silverado Diesel half-ton trucks with up to 29 miles per gallon. And don't miss fantastic deals, like 1.9% financing on Silverado and Silverado Heavy Duty. So check out the largest selection of new Chevrolets at Peters Chevrolet. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Soapy's Car Wash has been a proud sponsor of Longview Lobo football for over 20 years. Stay clean this football season with Soapy's Car Wash. The self-serve and automated bays in front of Sam's Club on Wall Street. And of course the drive-through wash on Highway 80. Save money with a monthly pass. And let's stay mean and clean all the way to the state championship. Soapy's is a place to be. Soapy's Car Wash. Just say the words.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn back here at Lobo Stadium as we get ready for tonight's ball game between the Lufkin Panthers and the Longview Lobos, the district opener. Lufkin has not beaten Longview since 2016, and they haven't beaten the Lobos here in Lobo Stadium since 2003. But Johnny Vaughn, something feels a little different about this ball game tonight.
Yeah, well, we talked about this while we were watching them warm up, and Lufkin has been down the last few years. But this team, if you look out on the field, look at the way they handle themselves, the size, the speed. They got a lot of good players. They got an excellent quarterback. They've got several guys, which is kind of something that goes way back. They always have 3 or 4 receivers. They like to put them in the slot, and they like to get them deep. So this is more like the Lufkin team that we've seen in the past. And, last year we basically just was 56-7, I think,
steamrolled them.
and just steamrolled them and went through them. I don't think you're going to see that this year. They're a different caliber team. It's a different season. It's going to be a pretty good test for the Lobos.
Well, based on what John King told Harlan and Bob during the pregame show tonight, this team last year, very young, had some talent, but Longview got up on them early and just steamrolled them. And Longview was excellent last year. I mean, it went to the state semifinals. This year, Lufkin looks like the Lufkin that we're used to seeing on a year-to-year basis. They're fast, they're physical, they're huge in the lines. They can do just about anything you want to do. They throw it well, they run it well. The young kid at running back, a Notre Dame commit, is a 4-star running back. We've got our 5-star in Taylor Tatum. Biggest thing I think the key to the ball game is that for Longview is you just do not want to get behind in the ball game like this. It's the one thing that we've not seen Longview have to do is come from behind in a game, except in the first game against McKinney. But if you get into a position where you have to throw to get back in the game and win, that might be a problem.
Yeah, that's we've thrown the ball okay this year, but I don't know if we really get behind and we have to throw if we're really prepared to do that, at least at this point in the season. I don't know. Lufkin has got a really good running back, a good quarterback. I think this is going to be a good test. And, actually, I don't think that's all bad.
No.
Now, McKinney, the first game, that was a test, but they're 6A team. Mm-hmm. Now we're playing Lufkin here. And I think you want to be pressed a little bit because it's going to happen at some point in the season. So this is as good a time as any.
Yep, this is no tune-up. This is for the deal now. It's real, and the district action gets underway tonight. We already know that Lancaster lost last night to McKinney North 28-21, and we've got 3 other games going on tonight, including this one. So we're going to have the captains meeting at the center of the field. Longview Lobos in their all-green uniforms, green jerseys, green pants, gold numerals, the green headgear with the traditional gold L on either side. For the Panthers, they're in the white jerseys with the purple shoulders, purple pants, purple headgear, and it says Pack on either side of the helmet. And the captains are meeting at midfield right now. You just get the feeling this is going to turn into one of those classic East Texas slobber knockers tonight, I guess would be a good way to call it.
Well, and the good news is I don't think it's going to rain.
No.
We also have no wind. So
it is a perfect night after last week where we got lightninged out. That's not going to happen tonight. The temperature right now is just an ideal 80 degrees. No chance of rain in the forecast. As you mentioned, no wind. It's a perfect night for a classic East Texas renewal. Lufkin has won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. That means Longview will get the ball to start. And so what that also is going to mean, they will be taking the ball at the south goal. They'll start with Tavion Morgan at center. The guards will be Jacoby Watts and Jamorian George. The tackles will be Caleb Reinhardt and Fernando Longoria. Quarterback is Andrew Tutt. He's thrown for 4 touchdowns, 435 yards. He's also rushed for a score. Taylor Tatum will start at tailback. Mason Washington should start at fullback tonight, and your receivers will be Ethan Harrison and DeKalen Reese. Cedric Mitchell will be starting at tight end and rotating with Tyreek Tennyson. On defense, the Lufkin Panthers will have Zion Williams, the 4-star junior nose tackle. In the middle, flanked on either side by Cooper Conrad and Jordan McClendon. The linebackers inside, Caden Hooper and Juan Lara. The outside backers, Isaiah Menifee and Keithan Davis. The corners will be Kenneth Timmons and Evan Young. And the safeties will be Michael Mosley and Amarian Campbell. Panthers come out onto the field with their kicking team. And Nolan Hansard is going to tee it up.
Kelvin Washington.
And Kelvin Washington and Taylor Tatum are back deep at around the 5-yard line to receive this opening kick. Lufkin will be kicking from our left to our right.
Nolan Hansard.
Buckle up. It's going to be a brawl tonight.
I'd be shocked if they don't try to kick it away from Taylor Tatum in this first kickoff.
Let the game begin. Kicker approaches. Kicks it short. Sky kick taken by Washington at the 23. He bounces inside. There's a whistle on the play. So did he call fair catch? Is that what they're saying? I guess that's what happened. Yeah. They blew it dead on the fair catch. So it will be Longview football. And they will start at their own 22-yard line. And Andrew Tutt will lead them out. Lobos won this game 56-7 last year. Not expecting that kind of game tonight. Longview sends 2 wide to the left side, a lone receiver to the right. Tutt's in the gun with Taylor Tatum lined up to his right side. At the 25, first down, handoff and tripped up right there in the backfield as Taylor Tatum had no chance on that one. And so it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Taylor Tatum.
I'm not sure if he was tackled or just tripped over somebody on his own team. Yep, he just fell down.
Yeah.
Turf got him. Yep, he just tripped on the turf. 2nd down and 10. Lobos again, same formation. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Now they're going to sweep it left to Taylor Tatum. He tries to go to the sidelines, reverses field, and now he's got a blocker in front. 25, 30, 35, flag down at the 30-yard line. Tatum got out of bounds at the 40. We'll see what that flag is.
Yeah, that was an amazing run by him as he was boxed in on going left. He made a spin and got back to the far sideline, but then we do have a flag on the play.
Keithan Davis set the edge on the right side when Tatum ran to the far left to sweep. Keithan Davis was right there to stop him. He reversed field and made yardage out of it, but this is going to be against, well, it's a blindside block against Longview, which you would understand with everything going an opposite direction. You could see how that would happen, but that's a huge penalty. Wipes out a great run by Taylor Tatum, and it's a 15-yard penalty. It'll set Longview back at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, that's a bad break. Taylor Tatum really made a great move to turn and go the opposite field, but then you got everybody kind of confused about where the play's going to end up, and you get a penalty.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 19 from the Lufkin 16-yard line. And under center, they turn. They'll hand it off to Tatum. And again, Tatum gets roughed up as he hits the line of scrimmage. He's taken down by number 13, Amarian Campbell. And that Lufkin defense already showing it's pretty stout against the run.
That's exactly what I was thinking. They're showing a defense that's got a lot of quickness. And this is the old-time Lufkin team right here. You got a lot of people getting to the ball.
Actually lost about a yard on the play back to the 15-yard line. So now it's 3rd down. And they've got to make it to the 35. So that's 3rd down and 20. Scoreboard says, yeah, now they got it right. 3rd and 20 now for the Lobos. 2 wide to the right. Shotgun, Andrew Tutt. Back to throw. Fires over the middle. Overthrown. Intended for DeKalen Reese. And it's going to be a quick 3 and out for the Longview Lobos as they'll have to punt.
Yeah, it was a post route. Actually, DeKalen Reese had some space out there, but the ball was overthrown. Goes incomplete.
Yeah, just beyond his reach. A little too high. So that is going to mean John Monsivius will come in to punt. Line of scrimmage will be the 15. He's standing back at his own 1. Pressure coming. He gets the kick off. It's a high end-over-end kick. Bounces, takes a huge Lufkin roll, and will go out of bounds around the 41-yard line. So that's only a 26-yard punt for Longview. And so the Panthers come out on the field now with quarterback T.J. Hammond, who's thrown for 675 yards and 6 scores. He's behind a massive inside offensive line. Matthew Chavez is the center. Jordan Nichols and Rico Rose, both 300-pound guards. Daniel Torres and Tavorian Foreman are the tackles. They'll come out in the gun. Split backfield, starting in Longview territory at the 42. They'll hand it off to Kedron Young. Bounces outside. Fights to get to the 35-yard line.
Young on the carry.
So he picked up 7 on that play.
Well, I think you saw a little bit of his skills there as he made a good move at the line of scrimmage, turned it up the play. Now they've got 2nd and 3rd or 4. 1, 2, 3.
On that 2nd down play, again, split backfield. They have twins to the right, a lone receiver to the far left. And they'll hand it off to Young again up the middle. And again, Young gets the 1st down as he goes right up the gut into the 30 to the 29-yard line. And a 1st down for the Lufkin Panthers. Lobos defense, I should say, let's finish the offense first. The receivers, Kevondrick Taylor, Krishan Preston, and Braden Murphy. The running backs, again, Kedron Young and Gavin Phillips. And we'll check the Longview defense in a moment. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line of Longview. Young gets this handoff, bounces, nowhere to run this time. Interior shut him down, and Arian Harper gets up off the tackle. Defensive line for Longview. Harper's in the middle. Billy Smith and Zarius Shepard are the ends. The linebackers inside, Brendan Reese and Kason Brooks. The outside linebackers, Jamerson Derensburg and Chase Smith. Corners are Jaden Simmons and Javion Robertson, and the safeties, the outstanding Willie Nelson and Buda Garrett. 2nd down and 9 at the 28-yard line of Longview. Lufkin in Lobo territory. Handoff, sweeping left. Young finding running room, gets about an 8-yard gain. He's going to be short of the 1st down.
I tell you, Young's impressive in this first drive. He's got really quick feet, and he sees the field.
They find a crease, too. That was a great block out there by number 55, Daniel Torres, the tackle. And so the ball's marked at the 23-yard line. It is 3rd down and 3. And right now, Lufkin having success running the football on the Lobo defense. Split backfield again, 2 wide receivers on the right, ball's on the left hash mark. Man goes in motion to the left, and then a handoff and a flag goes down as Young is hit in the backfield. And that first hit was made by Chase Smith. And now let's see what the penalty is. John King saying whatever it is, we're going to decline it. So it must be against Lufkin, and I would expect a legal shift, a motion penalty. So Lobos want them to either kick a field goal or be forced with a 4th down situation, a 4th and long all the way back to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I don't believe they can kick a field goal from here, do you?
It doesn't look like they're going to try it, that's for sure. They're trying to get people on the field for Longview's defense, and Lufkin now with a power formation to the right, play action, and the ball thrown into the end zone and overthrown, intended for Krishan Preston, as T.J. Hammond just put a little bit too much air into it on a right sideline fly pattern. Incomplete, and the Lobos take over on downs.
Yeah, it's good defense by Lobo secondary that time. The pass was overthrown, but they had a lot of people in the area.
So Longview now will have the ball at their own 26. 7:10 to go here in the first quarter. No score in this ball game. Lobos sweeping left. Taylor Tatum nowhere to run, and he's dropped for no gain on the play. Good lateral pursuit by the Lufkin defense. And this is going to be an interesting matchup because, again, they've got size in the middle, does Lufkin, but they also have great lateral pursuit with their backers and secondary.
See, that's what's so impressive is they're able to react and get outside and make plays.
They say he got 1 yard, so the ball is 27-yard line, 2nd down and 9. Play action. Tutt back to throw. Looks right side. Caught. Ethan Harrison at the 38. Gets the first down. Keeps running to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards on the play. First down, Longview.
Yeah, that's a good catch by Ethan Harrison. He ran a deep out route and got open and got the ball delivered and made the catch.
First down.
6:17 to go in the first quarter. No score. Longview and Lufkin here at Lobo Stadium. First down and 10 for the Lobos at their own 44-yard line. 3 wide outs to the left. Ball's on the right hash mark. A quick flip to Taylor Tatum on the edge. Has some running room. Gets to the 50. Runs over a man. Gets to the 45 in Lufkin territory. First down, Longview.
That's really good run by him. He just ran the sweep and then just lowered his shoulder and made a real play out of it. Ran over 2 guys at the end.
10-yard carry for Taylor Tatum. And a first down for the Lobos with 5:45 to play in the first quarter. Mumphrey checks into the ball game right now for Kelvin Washington. There's a split backfield. Tutt in the gun on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off up the middle, and it'll be Mumphrey who gets a good surge to about the 42-yard line. That's going to be about a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6.
You know, we didn't know much about Mumphrey coming in this season, but he's played really well at the start of this season. He's a powerful runner.
Definitely. Good surge by the Longview line as well. Split backfield again. This time Washington takes the handoff. Busts through the line of scrimmage. Will fight to about the 38-yard line. Needed to get to the 36, so he may be a couple of yards shy of getting the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Zion Williams on the stop.
Ball will be at the 37-yard line. In Lufkin territory, Lobos driving. Big 3rd down here, I formation, fullback right up behind Tutt, gets the handoff. That right there is Mumphrey, and Mumphrey on the belly play gets the first down to the 32-yard line.
Mumphrey picks up a first down.
5-yard gain and a first down, Longview. 4:18 to go in the first quarter. Lobos finding something in the running game on this drive. Now what you don't like to see is an offensive lineman hobbling off right now. That was Caleb Reinhardt.
Oh, don't want to lose him.
Here come the Lobos with a split backfield again. And Tutt will hand it off up the middle. Tatum breaks a tackle, gets across the 30 to about the 29-yard line. He'll get 4. 2nd down and 6, Lobos. And the tackle made, checking the number there, 54, and that is going to be Cooper Conrad that makes the tackle. Fast-moving first quarter, 3:20 to go here in the first period. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. In the gun, Tutt will hand off to Taylor Tatum. He finds running room up the middle. 15, 10, 5, and he's down. A touchdown-saving tackle by number 23, Michael Mosley.
He just blew through the line of scrimmage. It just shows how good a back he is and gets it down. That's a really impressive play on his part.
They'll spot him at the 7. That's going to be about a 22-yard gain by Tatum. And it's 1st and goal, Longview. They'll hand it off to Tatum this time, and again, he's searching for a gap, doesn't find much, gets to the 4 before he's brought down by the Panther defense. Again, Conrad in on the tackle.
Tatum on the carry. One Lara.
Lara, the linebacker, came in from behind to bring him down. It's 2nd and goal now from the 4. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Lobos got the ball back after stopping Lufkin down deep in Longview territory on a 4th down. Now they're getting ready to try to cash in on it. From the eye, flag goes down before the snap.
I believe that's going to be against Longview.
Yep. It's a false start. Somebody flinched in the offensive line. So they'll back it up to the 9-yard line. That's going to make it a little tougher now. It's a 2nd down and goal from the 9. Tut checking the sidelines to get the call from John King and Coach Valerie. .157 to play. In the first quarter, no score. I formation. Tatum gets the handoff, tries the middle. Tough running room, not much to go. Gets inside the 5 and will go down maybe at the 4, so he gets back to the original line of scrimmage prior to the penalty. Now it's 3rd down and goal. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Fiat in Longview, Longview Kilgore Cable, the law offices of Sorey and Hoover, Eastman Credit Union, Bish's RV, McDaniel's Quality Body Works, Longview Orthopedic Clinic. We'll get to the rest in a moment. It's 3rd down and goal from the eye. 2 tight ends. Handoff. Sweeping left. Tatum tries to get to the flag.
Close.
He's close. He's going to be out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. Now John King's got a decision to make. I wouldn't think it'd be a hard decision. I'm guessing he'll go for it. But it's going to be 4th and goal from the 1. Rest of our sponsors tonight: Hot Dog Express, Soapy's Car Wash, Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center, and Telco Plus Credit Union. 1:20 to play in the first quarter. Lobos knocking on the door. Tatum at tailback. Handoff. Tatum up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown Longview.
Good push from the right side of Longview's line.
Lobos strike first.
Taylor Tatum takes it in.
With 1:14 to play in the first quarter. A 74-yard drive that took almost 6 minutes off the board. Well, and Montsevius will come in to try the PAT. The snap back, Montsevius' kick is up, and it's good. And with 1:14 to play in the first quarter, it is Longview 7, Lufkin nothing. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Lobos kick it off after taking a 7-0 lead. Ball's going to go to the middleman back at the goal line and bringing it out to the 20, 25, still running, 30, and he's going to go down there, and that is going to be Braden Murphy on the kickoff return. We'll see where they actually spot him. It'll be the 29-yard line. The drive will start with 1:05 to play in the first quarter.
Jemias Morrow.
And that's going to be the 29-yard line. Lufkin trailing 7-0 now after a 12-play, 74-yard drive that took over 6 minutes. Lobo's doing exactly what you want to do. That's keeping the ball out of the hands of the Lufkin offense. But here they come, 1st and 10 now from their own 29-yard line. Nicholson, the quarterback, turns, will hand it off. Hit in the backfield. Big defensive stop back there. Number 99, that's Billy Smith.
That's great penetration on the play.
Young had nowhere to go. Darrensburg also back there to help on the tackle.
Jamerson and Darrensburg combined for the tackle.
Loss on the play back to the 28. 2nd down and 11. Split backfield, 2 wide to the left side. Ball's on the right hash mark. Man in motion to the near side coming out of the backfield. They'll throw it to the left side. Man open, thrown into double coverage. And it's incomplete. Pass was intended. Trying to see who the number is.
Pass intended for Kevondrick Taylor.
Taylor, number 8. Willie Nelson was in on the stop, broke it up.
This is good defense by Longview. You got Willie Nelson like that. He can cover a lot of ground, and he came a long way to make that play.
So now it's 3rd down from the 28-yard line with 27 seconds to go. 3rd down and 11. Panthers have the ball 2 wide to the left side. Split backfield, and in the gun, Nicholson. Back to throw. Pressure coming. Steps up. Looks. Flag goes down as he gets hit just as he throws the football. He was drilled by number 24, Jemias Morrow. And let's see if there's a flag for holding in there somewhere.
Darrenberg was putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback as he got close to him.
It is holding against Lufkin. It's declined, and boy, this is playing right into John King's hands right now. Another 3 and out. And the Lobos about to get the ball back here right at the end of the first quarter. Back deep to take the punt will be Willie Nelson.
Nolan Hansard.
Yep, Willie Nelson.
I believe Kelvin Washington possibly.
I can't see the number on the far side.
Hansard will punt. And it's a low line drive punt taken by Nelson at the 36-yard line. There's a flag out to the 40, to the 50, 40. He's got a wall, 30, but this is coming back. 20, still running at the 15-yard line. I'm still looking. Did you see a flag? It's possible he didn't have a flag.
I don't see a flag.
All right, that's going to be started. He took that punt at around the 36-yard line.
Well, now we're coming.
Okay, it is coming back. That's what I was afraid of. May have a block in the back. End of the first quarter. No, maybe it's just going to the other side of the field. End of the first quarter. Lufkin trailing Longview 7-0. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
The best things in life are free. You know, the simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
You're listening to the Lobo Radio Network on 106.5 Jack FM. Longview Lobo football, brought to you by Longview Kilgore Cable. Now let's get back to the game on 106.5 Jack FM.
Following a 48-yard punt return by Willie Nelson, 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line, and the handoff to Taylor Tatum on the right side, and Tatum bulls his way for 9 yards. to the 13.
You know, I found it amazing that they kicked that punt to Willie Nelson. I mean, he's one of the great returners in the state, and he just showed why.
Now on second down and short, handoff up the middle. Tatum into the end zone. Touchdown, Longview. Right up the gut.
Taylor takes it in.
Wow.
Touchdown.
That is doing that with that 300-pound nose guard in the middle. They're just running right through him.
Yeah, it's just Longview's offensive line is really, really good this year.
It really is. And Tatum with his second touchdown run of the night. Monteveas comes in to try the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And the score now with 11:26 to go in the first half. Longview 14, Lufkin nothing. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
The best things in life are free. You know, the simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
A 48-yard punt return by Willie Nelson sets up an 8-yard Taylor Tatum touchdown run. Longview leads at 14-0, and Monteveas kicks it off. It's taken on the left side in the front of the numbers, brought out to the 25-yard line by Kevondrick Taylor. And so, again, Lufkin, a lot of 3-and-out drives in this ball game so far, and Longview with all the time of possession to begin with. This drive is going to start with 11:21 to go in the first half, and they'll start at their own 26-yard line. Panthers with the football going right to left. One back on the side of the quarterback, Hammonds. They'll hand it off up the middle. A little bit of a push, fighting to get about 3. That's going to be Young again. And they'll spot him at the 27. So Billy Smith made the tackle. 2-yard gain. Second down and 8. Panthers with the 3-man front. 3 wide to the right side, a bubble screen out there to the right, and boys, a broken tackle, receiver down the sidelines now, 40, 50, 40, flag down, 30, still running at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Let's see what the flag is. That will probably go against Longview. Rather against Lufkin.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Braden Murphy takes it all the way if it stands. But it looks like they're bringing it back.
Looks like we've got a flag over the play.
It may have been a block in the back. Let's see.
If that's the case, that's a tough luck for the Lufkin Panthers. They just threw that bubble screen. It's a hold against Lufkin. So wipes out a 72-yard touchdown pass on a bubble screen. And it'll be second down and 6 from the 30. Panthers with 3 wide to the left side. They'll hand it off to Young. This time he's got running room, but a nice open field tackle out there by Willie Nelson keeps him from making even bigger yardage. Young gets a 10-yard run and a first down.
Making the tackle for the Lobos.
Out to the 38-yard line. And right up to the line of scrimmage, 3 wide to the left side. Again, they'll hand it off. And Young trying to find some running room somewhere. He'll get to the 39. Maybe a gain of a half yard. Chase Smith stopped him. Second down and 9. Trips to the left. Ball's on the right hash mark. Young lined up to the left of Nicholson, the quarterback. Play action. Quick pass, right sideline, wide open. Caught at the 48-yard line. And again, good tackling there. Nice sure tackle by number 12, Brian Peoples. The catch made by Kevondrick Taylor. It's short of the first down by 1 yard out to the 48-yard line. Third down and 1. Lobos on defense. I'm sorry, Johnny.
I said this is a gamble, I think, but.
Handoff, right side. That's Kedron Young. And he spins and gets the first down on 3rd and 1. Ball's going to be at midfield. One of the few first downs they've gotten in this ball game. 9:10 to play in the first half. Longview up 14-0 on Lufkin. Panthers at midfield. Kevondrick Taylor lines up to the wide left. They've got 2 wide to the right. Split backfield this time. Quick bubble screen out to the right side. And again, a nice tackle out there by Jaden Simmons on the receiver, number 4, and that's Braden Murphy. Lobo's doing a great job of tackling tonight out in the open field. Textbook.
Yeah, they are. The defensive back was just all so quick, and they're good in the open field, making the tackles. They've been excellent here tonight.
Second down and 10. They'll hand it off to, again, Young. And Young gets just a couple of yards on the play before he is knocked down by number 24, Jameis Morrow. It's 3rd down and 8 now. And again, John Berry and John King got to be thrilled to keep getting Lufkin in these 3rd and long situations. TJ Hammond checking the sidelines for the call from Todd Quick and his staff. Power right, play action. Hammond over the middle. It's intercepted at the 31-yard line. Coming back to the 40, to the 50, into Lufkin territory, down the sidelines, and out of bounds at the 25-yard line, Willie Nelson.
Yeah, you don't throw it in Willie Nelson's area. They were trying to run a crossing route in front of him, and he just stepped in, made the interceptions.
The ball was nowhere near the receiver. It looked like they were not on the same page on the route, and he threw it right to Willie Nelson, and Nelson returned it all the way to the 27-yard line. So big interception. And 1st and 10 Longview. In Lufkin territory, they'll try the middle. There's no running room that time. Tatum ran into a stone wall.
Taylor Tatum on the carry. Cooper Conrad making the tackle.
Lobos football, 2nd down and 9 at the Lufkin 26-yard line. 7:27 to go in the first half. Here come the Lobos. 2 wide to the left side. They have a wing to the right. Play action. Tut back to throw. Fires it deep into the end zone. Man open. It's dropped. Oh, my. Taylor Tatum had it in his hands. Couldn't hang on to it. But he had 2 steps on the defender.
Yeah, it was a good, perfect throw by Tut. And
that's one Tatum usually makes.
Yeah.
Wow. And he just grabbed his helmet. He said, I cannot believe I dropped that football. Tatum really lofted it.
That was a perfect throw.
It was like dropping it in a bucket.
Yep.
3rd down and 9 for the Lobos now. 3 wide to the left side this time. Mumphrey in at running back. Tutt will run the quarterback draw to the 20, 15, 10, out of bounds. 1st down, Longview. That caught everybody off guard.
On the keeper.
Picked up, 10 yards on the play?
Yeah. And got it inside the 10 to the 9, so it's going to be 1st and goal, Lobos. A quarterback draw. Hadn't seen that this year.
No.
So now they're in the eye, and Tatum's in the backfield. They hand it off to the fullback. First back through, and he's going to fight to get to about the 7-yard line. Short gain on the play.
Buster Mumphrey.
Mumphrey is the back that carried the ball on the belly play, and there's a timeout. An injured player on the field. Let's take a 30-second timeout with him. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Oh, wait a minute. Timeout. Whoa, timeout.
This timeout brought to you by First Choice Personnel. For all your hiring needs. More Lobo football coming up.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Back at Lobo Stadium, Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn. Lobos lead Lufkin 14-0. There's an injured Lufkin player on the field down at around the 7-yard lines. One of the defensive players looks like they're checking his right leg. At first, I couldn't tell if it was a cramp. Shouldn't be a cramp. It's a nice, cool night tonight, comparatively speaking. But no idea what the number of that player is right now, and he's still on the ground. So they're sending the trainers out. I'll tell you what, Matt, let's take another 1-minute break, and we'll come back and see how the injured player does. Right now, you're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Here's one deal all sports fans can root for. Cable Link's broadband 1 gig with unlimited data for $79.95 a month. The best deal in town. Score with a 12-month price lock. No credit check and no deposit required. Plus, you may qualify for the affordable connectivity plan for more savings. Visit cablelinks.com/getgignow. That's cablelinks.com/getgignow. Many factors affect speed. Offer expires without notice. Restrictions apply.
Peters Buick in Longview has the best selection in East Texas. Over 70 Buicks to choose from, like the all-new 2024 Buick Encore GX, starting at $25,750. Or the Buick Encore GX Avenir, with an all-new look and up to 31 miles per gallon. The largest selection of new Buicks from the #1 Buick dealer in East Texas, Peters Buick. Online at peterscars.net.
Well, the Lufkin Panthers night just got even more miserable because they are helping Zion Williams, the 4-star nose tackle, off the field. He cannot put weight on his right leg. Looks like a knee injury, and that would be a major blow to Lufkin if they lose him for the year. And he's just hopping off the field right now. So that's their best defensive lineman, who's now gone and probably will not be back tonight.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if he's back tonight.
Especially the way he came off the field. I mean, he was not even trying to put any kind of pressure on the leg. So the Lobos have the ball, 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line with 6:47 to go here in the first half. An interception by Willie Nelson, returned back about 40 yards. Gave Longview great field position inside the 25. Tutt on a 3rd and 9 ran a quarterback draw and picked up a first down that got them into the red zone. And now they're at the 7 with 2nd down and goal, leading 14-0. 2 wide outs to the left. Taylor Tatum is in the slot to the left, And they will hand it off to Mumphrey. No, Tutt keeps it. And Tutt made a great fake, and Tutt's going to roll in. Touchdown, Longview. Andrew Tutt with a terrific fake and a quarterback sneak.
Andrew Tutt on the keeper.
And there was nobody near him, and nobody knew he had the ball.
Yeah, I think that's just they've looked at the films, and he's just not done that this year. And that time he runs the play, pulls it out, and gets the score.
So with 6:31 to go in the first half, Lobos go up by 3 scores. Monteveus with the extra point, good. Longview 21, Lufkin nothing. 6:31 to play in the first half. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Start checking at Telco Plus Credit Union to be a winner. Their checking accounts are awesome. Direct deposit is paid 2 days early. Bill pay is free. Overdraft or no overdraft options. And they set you up to win a free app, low balance alerts, and budget software. They have discounts for students and seniors. Open a checking account today with your hometown credit union, Telco Plus, to save and earn more. Federal insured by the NCUA. Checking approval and membership qualifications apply. Visit telcoplus.org for details and restrictions.
Two great Longview traditions, Longview Lobo football and Hot Dog Express. Stop by Hot Dog Express this week for your favorite hot dogs and delicious fries, featuring all your favorites: the mustard dog, delicious chili cheese dogs, the famous Chicago dog, and Polish sausages. Hot Dog Express on Highway 80 now features an expanded drive-through lane. Good luck to the Longview Lobos this season. Let's make another state championship run with extra mustard.
The Longview Lobos have come out breathing fire after that opening drive. They've scored 3 unanswered touchdowns, and they lead at 21-0 with 6:31 to go here in the first half. John Monteveus will kick it off. It's short, taken at the 24, bringing outside to the 30, and out of bounds goes Kevondrick Taylor. They'll mark him out at the 35-yard line with 6:26 remaining in the first half. 2 Taylor Tatum touchdowns, a Willie Nelson interception returned back inside the 30-yard line sets Longview up with a 28-yard drive. Andrew Tutt with a quarterback draw for 9 yards, and then he made a tremendous fake and ran it into the end zone from 8 yards out for the score to make it 21-0. Lobos start at their own 25-yard line. Man in motion to the near side. They'll hand it off to Young. Young tries to break it outside, and again, great lateral pursuit and a nice tackle out there by Buda Garrett. I'm telling you, the defensive secondary has done a fantastic job of tackling these guys in open field.
Yeah, and of course, they got a lot of people that have in their third year to start for Longview, and they've played exactly that way tonight.
They sure have. 2nd down and 11 after a loss of 1 on the play back to the 24. Hammond, the quarterback, with 2 running backs to the right side. Now they'll sweep left. He finds some running room, does Young, out across the 40, down to the 42-yard line. Jaden Simmons makes the stop.
Jaden Simmons on the tackle.
And it's going to be 3rd down and 4 with 5:32 remaining in the first half. All Longview here in a game that we expected to be much, much closer. Ball will be on the left hash mark this time. They've got a blocking back lined up on the right wing outside the right tackle, and the running back Young lined up next to Hammond to his right. 2 wideouts to the right. Play action. Hammond now flushed out of the pocket. He's going to roll, gets hit as he throws, and big-time pressure on him by number 34 for the Longview Lobos. That is Brendan Reese, who knocked him down just as he let go of the ball, incomplete.
Yeah, just a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Wow. Longview defense has really stepped up in this ball game. And so now a quick 3 and out, and it's 4th down. And Nolan Hansard, that's been the story of Lufkin's night tonight. 3 and outs all night long. He'll punt. He's back at his own 27-yard line. Line of scrimmage is the 42. Snap. Rugby-style kick. It's deep. Willie Nelson waves to get away from it. It bounces inside the 25 down to around the 22-yard line. That's a good kick. It's 38 yards.
Yeah, I think it's clear they're going to not make the mistake they did on the previous punt where they actually punted it right to Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
He had the long return. This time they kicked it over to the far sideline and not to give him any room to get to the ball.
Lobos will take over with 4:51 to go here in the first half. And we see the young man, the star defensive lineman Zion Williams, being carted off the field with a knee injury, so he's done for the night. That is a tough break for the Lufkin Panthers and Todd Quick. Lobos will start from their 22-yard line. Quick pass out to the right side to Taylor Tatum in space. Tatum breaks one tackle, gets to the 30, still running at the 33-yard line where he's brought down.
Pass is complete to Tatum.
And Tatum out in space has got to be a scary thing for a defense. Cooper Conrad made the tackle.
That was a nice throw, too.
Tatum coming off the field a little slow, Johnny.
There he is. He's limping.
Just a little bit. Not much, just a little. But it's something to keep an eye on, though. At the 34-yard line, 1st and 10, Lobos. 21-0. Longview leads Lufkin. 4:15 to play. Play action. Blitz. Tut. Throws it over the middle. Overthrows Ethan Harrison, who was beyond two defenders.
Oh, Ethan Harrison ran the deep post and had everybody beaten, and the ball was just overthrown. That was 6.
Wow. Missed opportunity there for Longview. 2nd down and 10 for the Lobos at their own 33-yard line. Don't forget to listen at halftime for Harlan the Sports Guy and Pigskin Bob. They'll preview tonight's Friday night scoreboard show on Kicks 105.7. Man in motion is Mumphrey. A flag goes down on 2nd down. Probably going to be an illegal procedure call. That's it. Tavian Morgan flagged for possibly flinching on the snap at center. Backs it up 5 yards, back to the 28-yard line. .408 to play in the first half. And it's really been all Longview here in the first half, offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
Here come the Lobos. They're in the gun. Running back lined up to the left side of Tut. Play action. Quick pass over the middle. Caught. 40-yard line complete and down right there. Catch made by number 27, Mackay Stewart. And it's for an 8-yard gain.
Pass is complete.
And it'll get him out to the 43-yard line.
That may be his first catch of the year. Do you remember another
I
one?
don't recall another one. Maybe one. It's 3rd down and 1 now. I formation, 2 tight ends. They'll turn, hand it off, up the middle. Mumphrey stuffed in the backfield, tries a second surge, and he might have gotten it. Second effort, man.
Second effort. He's close.
Tatum, I should say, got the carry. Why am I doubting Taylor Tatum on 2nd and 1? You're just not going to stop the guy on that kind of yardage. He got the first down to the 44. 3:16 to go in the first half. Longview up, 21-0 on Lufkin. It's good to see Tatum back in the game, too, by the way. Again, 2 tight ends and an I formation. Tut under center, turns and hands it off. Just a drive to Tatum. Tatum, tough run out to about the 48.
Tatum on the carry.
That'll get about 4. 2nd down and 6. Tatum slow to get up. He's kind of hobbling a little bit. I would think that John King's going to be watching that pretty closely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will.
Especially with the 3-touchdown lead.
Yeah.
He looks like he's banged up a little bit.
Yeah, he's limping.
So they come out in the gun this time with trips to the left, the right tackle. Tight end actually jumped early. Cedric Mitchell with a false start, so that's going to back it up 5 yards. Not a good mistake by the tight end, who's young. That'll move the ball back to the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 11 now. Kelvin Washington in at running back, trips to the left, ball's in the middle of the field. Tutt faked the toss and then kept it and ran that quarterback draw again and got back up to the 48-yard line. Gained about 6 on the play. And so we are looking at a 3rd down now and 4. 3rd and 5, rather. Ball is at the Longview 49-yard line, 1:41 to go in the first half. Washington will go into the slot on the left side. Tutt back to throw. Pressure coming from the outside. Got picked up. Deep ball, man, wide open. Kelvin Washington catches it at the 15 and goes into the end zone for the touchdown. 51 yards.
Yeah, what they had is they had a wide receiver, and he runs the post, and then the inside receiver goes out and up, and Lufkin got confused in the secondary, and it's a good throw and a good catch.
And with 1:19 to play, Lufkin may not have to worry about putting Tatum back in this ball game. Rather, Longview may not have to worry about it, because they're about to go up 28-0 if Monsivais kicks this through. Tutt will hold. And the kick is up, and it is good. And Longview now leads 28-0 over Lufkin with 1:19 to play in the first half. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to attain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
The best things in life are free. The simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Back to play. Monsivais kicking it off after Longview goes up 28-0. Kick is taken at the goal line, brought out to the 15, to the 17, and then dropped back there. Braden Murphy in on the stop, and great coverage downfield by the Longview kickoff team. And that's Buda Garrett, who brings him down with some help by Javion Robertson. So Lufkin now takes over with 1:12 to go, trailing by 4 touchdowns. They came into this ball game 3-0. And I'm sure they're kind of in a little bit of shock right now. They'll hand it off to Young. Young tries to find some running room up the middle. There's not much there. He'll get a couple of yards to the... Actually, they keep surging to the 25 before they blow the whistle, so they may give him forward progress. So he gets a 5-yard gain there. I thought they'd blow the whistle back when he was about 6 yards.
Brennan Reese and Isaiah Horton.
Second effort by a tough runner. 2 running backs split on either side of Hammond, the quarterback. Again, they'll hand it off to Young up the middle.
Young on the carry.
And he'll get close to the 30-yard line. He's down at the 28. He's a yard shy of the first down. Todd Quick says, we're just going to go into the locker room and try to regroup. It's 28 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, regroup.
I'd be surprised if they run another play.
No.
Hammond looking over to the sidelines. Clock down to 13 seconds to go. Looks like they might run one more play. And there's a flag. And a timeout call by Longview. Interesting. Okay, let's take a 30-second timeout with them. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Lufkin trying to take the clock down. Looked like they may run one more running play, but Coach John King decided to call a timeout with 8 seconds to go there in the first half. Not quite sure what he saw, but it looked like Lufkin was just going to be content to run out the clock and get into the locker room down 28-0. At any rate, they're going to run one more play. With 8 seconds to play, Lufkin has the ball 3rd and 1, and they will hand it off. Young fighting. He's not going to get to the first down, and that's going to be the last play of the first half. Lobos dominate.
Yeah, Lufkin just has had no offense in this game.
Longview defense has been suffocating. Now they say, okay, maybe they're going to call one more timeout. John King wants to get the ball back. He wants to take another shot. With 1 second left on the clock, Longview called a timeout. So that may have been what he was thinking. If we can get a stop here, maybe we can get the ball back for one more shot to the end zone. Because 35 looks better than 28.
Yeah, that's true.
I figured that out all by myself, by the way. I just want you to know. Math major. Yeah, right. Not even close. So
it is odd, though.
Well, wait a minute. I guess it's 4th down. I don't understand what they didn't make the first down. I thought it was 4th down when they went for it, but it was 3rd down and 1. They lost yardage, so King decided to stop the clock with 1 second to go, and it's 4th down and 2 for Lufkin. They're going to make him run one more play. I got to ask him about that at the end after tonight's ball game. So 4th down and 2 now, and they'll just hand it off to Young, and Young will find yardage. The clock runs out. Half is over, and the Longview Lobos will go into the locker room leading 28-0 over the Lufkin Panthers on a Friday night District 7 5A opener. Halftime, and we're going to turn it over to Harlan the Sports Guy and Pigskin Bob after the break. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Peters Ram in Longview is the #1 Ram truck dealer in East Texas. Don't miss the biggest deal in Texas, the Ram half-ton Lone Star, 2.9% for 72 months, or get a $9,000 discount. Ram heavy-duty trucks, the largest selection of the year, and Ram commercial and fleet units are in stock and ready to go to work. The largest selection of new Ram vehicles at Peters Ram during the Make This the Summer sales event. Online at peterschryslerjeep.net.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Here's one deal all sports fans can root for. Cable Link's broadband 300 megs with unlimited data for less than $35 a month. The best price in town for this speed. Score with a 12-month price lock. No credit check and no deposit required. Plus, you may qualify for the Affordable Connectivity Plan for more savings. Visit cablelinks.com/connect. That's cablelinks.com/connect. Many factors affect speed. Offer expires without notice. Restrictions apply.
Soapy's Car Wash has been a proud sponsor of Longview Lobo football for over 20 years. Stay clean this football season with Soapy's Car Wash. The self-serve and automated bays in front of Sam's Club on Wall Street. And of course the drive-through wash on Highway 80. Save money with a monthly pass. And let's stay mean and clean all the way to the state championship. Soapy's is a place to be. Soapy's Car Wash. Just say the works.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
Here's one deal all sports fans can root for. Cable Link's broadband 1 gig with unlimited data for $79.95 a month. The best deal in town. Score with a 12-month price lock. No credit check and no deposit required. Plus, you may qualify for the Affordable Connectivity Plan for more savings. Visit cablelinks.com/getgig now. That's cablelinks.com/getgig now. Many factors affect speed. Offer expires without notice. Restrictions apply.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to attain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Go all the way back to the beginning when God created football.
Let's go! Welcome to the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show, presented by 106.5 Jack FM.
Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn at halftime at Lobo Stadium, where the Longview Lobos lead it by a score of 28-0 over the Lufkin Panthers. It's been all Longview here in the first half. Longview had a 26-yard drive that took over on downs after they stopped Lufkin on a 4th down and short. They got the ball at the 26 of Lufkin and took it in on a 22-yard run by Taylor Tatum, and followed up by a 1-yard touchdown run. Tatum on the scoreboard with 1:14 to go in the first quarter, and that made it 7-0, Longview on top. Willie Nelson, right at the end of the first quarter, intercepted a pass and drove it back. Actually returned a punt 48 yards to set Longview up for a short touchdown run. Tatum again, this time from 8 yards out for his second score of the night, made it 14-0 Longview with 11:26 to go in the first half. Nelson again intercepted a pass with about 8 minutes to go in the first half and returned it all the way back to the Longview 28. Tutt had a 9-yard quarterback draw and then took it in from 8 yards out on a great quarterback fake. He rolled out to his right. Nobody knew he had the ball, and he scored to make it 21-0. Longview with 6:31 to go in the half. And then right before halftime, Tutt with a 51-yard touchdown pass to a wide-open Kelvin Washington. A 78-yard drive made it 28-0 with 1:19 to go in the half, and that's where we are now. Longview all over Lufkin by a score of 28-0. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, I am too, and it started out, it looked like, well, it's going to be a close game, and then Longview just has taken over. And Lufkin has just really struggled against the Lobos offense.
Things that surprised me, the ability of Longview to run the ball as well as they did against a massive defensive front that was weakened considerably when Zion Williams for Lufkin left the field with a knee injury here in the second quarter, and he's done for the night. But they've been able to run the football. Andrew Tutt has made some big plays with his feet as well as the big touchdown pass. And then outstanding defense on all three levels, but mostly most impressive thing to me is the open field tackling by the secondary and the big plays by Willie Nelson.
Yeah, I think the secondary tonight has played by far their best game, and we expected at the start of the year that the secondary would be special because we've got so many guys that this is their third year. You got Willie Nelson, Jaden Simmons. We got some more people that have played a lot, and I really and truly, I think we've stepped up a notch here tonight.
Well, they were ready to play tonight. There's no doubt about it, and they have. Lufkin has run into a buzzsaw. Longview leads it by a score of 28-0. We're going to turn it over to Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob for a preview of tonight's Friday night scoreboard show. And you are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the halftime report.
The best things in life are free. You know, the simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Peters Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat in Longview has the largest new Jeep selection in East Texas, like the Jeep Wrangler 4xe, with fuel economy of 49 miles per gallon and 375 horsepower. And don't miss the best deal of the year. The Jeep Gladiator Sport is 1.9% for 72 months plus employee pricing. And shop new Wrangler, Gladiator, and the Jeep Grand Cherokee during the Jeep Make This the Summer event. And check out the only exclusive Jeep showroom in East Texas at Peters Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. Online at peterschryslerjeep.net.
Two great Longview traditions, Longview Lobo football and Hot Dog Express. Stop by Hot Dog Express this week for your favorite hot dogs and delicious fries, featuring all your favorites: the mustard dog, delicious chili cheese dogs, the famous Chicago dog, and Polish sausages. Hot Dog Express on Highway 80 now features an expanded drive-through lane. Good luck to the Longview Lobos this season. Let's make another state championship run with extra mustard.
Here's one deal all sports fans can root for. Cable Link's broadband 300 megs with unlimited data for less than $35 a month. The best price in town for this speed. Score with a 12-month price lock. No credit check and no deposit required. Plus, you may qualify for the affordable connectivity plan for more savings. Visit cablelinks.com/connect. That's cablelinks.com/connect. Many factors affect speed. Offer expires without notice. Restrictions apply.
Bish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas. And we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back. And Bish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall. Because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Bish's RV in Longview at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Soapy's Car Wash has been a proud sponsor of Longview Lobo football for over 20 years. Stay clean this football season with Soapy's Car Wash. The self-serve and automated bays in front of Sam's Club on Wall Street. And of course the drive-through wash on Highway 80. Save money with a monthly pass. And let's stay mean and clean all the way to the state championship. Soapy's is a place to be. Soapy's Car Wash. Just say the works.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
Go all the way back to the beginning when God created football.
Let's go! Welcome to the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show, presented by 106.5 Jack FM.
Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob. We're on the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show. And while Longview's taking care of Lufkin, we're chasing down scores all over East Texas. So after the Big Green wins, join us on 105.7 KYKX or 104.1 The Ranch. And let's take a look at some of the games we're covering tonight.
Tyler at North Mesquite.
That's district play underway, Bob.
Here's a good game. Kilgore at Hallsville.
I love it.
I love that matchup. Pine Tree at Jacksonville. I think Marshall's going to give Carthage a good game in Carthage.
I think they'll give them a game. That's a good test for Jet Surratt and the Carthage Bulldogs.
Now, how is Nacogdoches going to fare at Chapel Hill?
Not so good. Not so good.
This is a good matchup in 5A. Henderson at White House.
I love that game.
Yeah,
I think White House, keep an eye on the White House Wildcats. They might have something cooking over there.
Is that your sleeper?
That's kind of a sleeper pick, yes.
Athens at Kaufman in 4A action. You've got Paris at Van. We learned something about Paris last week when they hung in there with Gilmer, when I thought Gilmer was just going to smoke them.
Well, and Van took care of Lindale. So pretty good game right there.
That could be a good game.
Yep.
Speaking of a good game, Lindale's going to be in Gilmer.
Yep.
Getting ready for some football. Grace Community at Spring Hill. You got Liberty Ilo at Atlanta. They're just right down the road from each other.
Grace Community, going back on that one, playing really good. Tim Russell got them turned around last year. They're playing really good this year. I think they go to Spring Hill and win.
I like it. Bullard at Mineola. Here's a game.
Bullard's 3-0.
I'm not glossing over that. Go ahead.
Bullard's 3-0.
There you go. What about Dangerfield and Center?
Yes.
That should be a big game.
Center losing last week. That was a surprise.
It was.
All the points they've been putting up. Yeah, that's a great game.
Okay, Mount Vernon at Sabine, I think is going to be a pretty tasty matchup.
Yeah, I think at first glance you think, Mount Vernon should roll over them. But if you look closely at Sabine, they're playing good football. They might give them a match.
New Boston beat Atlanta last week.
Yep.
Okay, and now they have Winsboro this week.
Ooh.
That should be a pretty decent matchup. I was surprised about them beating Atlanta.
Me too. But I think Winsboro's clicking on all cylinders.
What's going to be happening at Gladewater? They're hosting Malakoff. They got beat. Gladewater got beat by Spring Hill last week.
Yeah, tough loss.
It's kind of a big game for Gladewater.
Yeah, they lost the Johnny Levere Bowl, and they have Johnny Levere. So
yeah,
that's not good. That's not good.
You might like this one, West Rusk at Tatum.
I love that game.
And you remember years ago when West Rusk didn't have a football field, and they played their home games at Tatum.
Yep.
So they might feel comfortable there. They might get beat as well. You got Tenaha at ARP. Big, tasty matchup there.
Yep.
Orr City at Quitman. Orr City's playing good football this year.
Yeah, so is Quitman.
Paul Pewitt at Troop.
Yeah, Troop is on a roll, and Paul Pewitt's on a rebuild year.
DeKalb takes on Harmony in Harmony. Hooks travels to Hawkins.
Going back to DeKalb Harmony real quick. Boy, after Harmony made that run to the state semifinals last year, we thought they were just going to march back, and we'll check in with them in the third round of the playoffs. But they're kind of having a tough go of it. I think Boston Seahorn got hurt last week. They had some kids decide not to play football. Harmony's not the Harmony we thought they were going to be.
I'd already bought my playoff T-shirt for them.
Absolutely.
All right, what about New Diana? What's going on in the water in New Diana? Undefeated, totally awesome, and they're hosting Redwater.
Could go to 4-0.
And then you got to ask what's happening at Elysian Fields. They're hosting Beckville. That should be a good game. I don't think it's going to be very good.
Bob, Elysian Fields has scored 6 more points than you have this year.
I have scored none.
They've scored 6.
Now, this might be interesting. I think Wascom's going to have their hands full with Timpson coming into town.
Yeah.
That should be something.
That's a tough draw.
Union Grove travels to Linden Kildare.
Union Grove's playing good.
Garrison at Alto.
Uh-huh.
You've got Coleman Hill at Overton, Leverage Chapel at East Texas Homeschool, and TK Gorman is traveling to Dallas Bishop Dune.
All right, there you go. There's the games we're covering over on KYKX 105.7 and 104.1 The Ranch. We're on both stations, so join us after Longview just destroys Lufkin, and we'll get you caught up on all the scores around East Texas. This is your Eastman Credit Union Halftime Report on your home for Longview Lobo football, 106.5 Jack FM.
Here we go.
Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the Halftime Report.
The best things in life are free. You know, the simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Peters in Longview is the #1 pre-owned center in the region with over 800 vehicles, from light and heavy-duty trucks and vans to a huge selection of SUVs, including Cadillac, Lexus, and BMW. Protect yourself from high gas prices with our great selection of economical cars and our pre-owned Bronco and Wrangler MPVs. And we have a large selection of pre-owned commercial and fleet vehicles, including flatbeds and box vans. All at Peters, the #1 pre-owned center in East Texas. Online at peterscars.com.
Bish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas, and we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back, and Bish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall, because if we're going to go play, we might as well go all the way. Bish's RV in Longview, at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Soapy's Car Wash has been a proud sponsor of Longview Lobo football for over 20 years. Stay clean this football season with Soapy's Car Wash. The self-serve and automated bays in front of Sam's Club on Wall Street. And of course the drive-through wash on Highway 80. Save money with a monthly pass. And let's stay mean and clean all the way to the state championship. Soapy's is a place to be. Soapy's Car Wash. Just say the works.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
At Christus Health, something very important drives us to keep pushing the boundaries of medicine and care with new technologies and programs. It's the reason we continue to expand into new communities each year, bringing more physicians, more services, and more care closer to more people. So what could be that important? You. Your health, your life, our purpose. Christus Health.
It's time for a friendly reminder from HD Hydraulics. Before you store away your trusty mower, swing by HD in Kilgore and let their top-notch service department give your mower some end-of-season TLC. The experts will have it purring like new and ready for the next mowing season. And if there's no hope for your existing mower, you can get a brand new Exmark Quest mower and save up to $800 now through October 31st at HD Hydraulics on the Traffic Circle in Kilgore. Two great Longview traditions, Longview Lobo football and Hot Dog Express. Stop by Hot Dog Express this week for your favorite hot dogs and delicious fries, featuring all your favorites, the mustard dog, delicious chili cheese dogs, the famous Chicago dog, and Polish sausages. Hot Dog Express on Highway 80 now features an expanded drive-through lane. Good luck to the Longview Lobos this season. Let's make another state championship run with extra mustard.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the Halftime Report.
Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn at Lobo Stadium, where we are at halftime right now, and Longview has a 28-0 lead on Lufkin at the moment. Other scores from around the district: Forney leads West Mesquite 55-0 at halftime. And the last time we checked, Tyler High was leading North Mesquite 21-0. So we got three teams that look like they're pretty well headed for 1-0 in district play already. And we know that McKinney North won last night, so you got those four teams that are 1-0 in district so far. Next week, we travel to Lancaster, which we thought was going to be maybe the game of the year in District 7 5A, but they're off to a 1-3 start right now, and it's really hard to determine how good they are till you actually see them.
Yeah.
You know they're going to be fast.
Yeah, they're going to have speed, but they've been good the last few years, and there's high expectations this year from them. But so far they haven't played up to what the expectations were. That doesn't mean though that you take them lightly.
Well, this game tonight proves that. We all came into this ball game tonight having seen all the scouting reports on Lufkin and so forth, and seeing the level of athleticism, the size they had, the playmakers they had, and Longview has just completely dominated this football game.
Yeah, I mean, Young, who's had a great season up to this point, and tonight he's got like 50 yards rushing, and Longview's pretty much shut him down. They've shut the quarterback down. We were expecting that this was going to be a close game, and as it turns out, it's 28-0, and it's probably not as close as that score.
Now, things can always turn. We know that, so you don't want to get cocky about it, but right now I don't see any weaknesses. Longview has just dominated the line of scrimmage. They've played great defense. Defensive backs have tackled so well in the secondary. Tatum's had a good night running the football. Andrew Tutt in the run game is a major surprise and could be a big development going on the rest of this year. Also made a great throw to a wide-open Kelvin Washington.
I think one of the mistakes that Lufkin has tried to do tonight is they've tried to throw deep on Longview's secondary. And when you got Willie Nelson, Jaden Simmons, they've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of games, and they know how to make plays, and that's what's happened tonight. I mean, it's dangerous to throw the ball up against Longview's secondary.
It is, and then the other thing that Lufkin usually tries to do is get those guys out in space on those bubble screens. Longview's speed is too much for that. They're not getting out there on space without somebody doing a great job of open field tackling.
Yeah, I mean, Longview's got it's not just their secondary that can run, their linebackers can run. For that matter, Billy Smith,
Zarius Shepard,
and Shepard, they can run.
Absolutely.
So.
No, it's been a very dominating performance by the Longview Lobos. Let's take a timeout, and when we return, we'll go through some of the high school football scores from around East Texas. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the halftime report.
The best things in life are free. The simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Peters Chevrolet has a new shipment that just arrived. Our largest selection of trucks and cars of the year. With Silverados, Silverado Heavy Duty, and the Silverado Diesel half-ton trucks with up to 29 miles per gallon. And don't miss fantastic deals, like 1.9% financing on Silverado and Silverado Heavy Duty. So check out the largest selection of new Chevrolets at Peters Chevrolet. Online at peterscars.net. Peters Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to obtain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Bish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas, and we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back, and Bish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall, because if we're gonna go play, we might as well go all the way. Bish's RV in Longview, at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Soapy's Car Wash has been a proud sponsor of Longview Lobo football for over 20 years. Stay clean this football season with Soapy's Car Wash. The self-serve and automated bays in front of Sam's Club on Wall Street. And of course the drive-through wash on Highway 80. Save money with a monthly pass. And let's stay mean and clean all the way to the state championship.
Soapy's is a place to be.
Soapy's Car Wash. Just say the works.
Embark on your next adventure right here in Grant. It's the Expedition of Cash giveaway at Choctaw Casino and Resort Grant, where you can win up to $20,000 in cash each promotional day. Take home your share of the treasure every Friday and Saturday in September, with drawings from 2 p.m. to 1 a.m. If you're looking for hidden riches, look no further than Grant. The Expedition of Cash at Choctaw Casino and Resort Grant, right off Highway 271, just north of Paris.
Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the Halftime Report.
Nice applause for the Big Green Marching Machine, the Longview Lobos Marching Band, after an outstanding halftime performance. And at the moment, Longview honoring the late Mr. James Brewer, the principal who passed away just a few weeks ago. And so they're giving him honors tonight. We are in the Eastman Credit Union halftime show. Some of the scores from around East Texas, in addition to Longview being up 28-0 on Lufkin at halftime. At halftime, Tyler Legacy has a 14-7 lead over Texas High. That's kind of surprising. We've got also Frisco Independence leads Pittsburgh 28-14 in the third quarter. Tyler High leads North Mesquite 21-0 in the third quarter.
And we will miss his presence.
Halftime, White House 35-21 over Henderson. Halftime, Chapel Hill leads Nacogdoches 21-0. At the half, Carthage all over Marshall 28-0. Also at the half, Pine Tree leads Jacksonville 27-0. At the half, Kilgore leads Hallsville 31-9. In the second quarter, Frisco Emerson leads Mount Pleasant 21-7. In 4A, halftime, Newton is trailing West Orange Stark 27-26. Wills Point in the third quarter leading Waxahachie Life 36-7. And the second quarter, Franklin up 17-0 on Jasper. At halftime, Diboll over Hardin Jefferson 35-6. It is Rusk 19-15 over Alvarado at halftime. Also at the half, Dangerfield leads Center 21-0. Bullard on top of Mineola in the third quarter, 14-10. Liberty Ilo and Atlanta are tied at 8 at halftime. At halftime, Brownsboro leads 14-7 over Spring Hill. In the second quarter, Prosper Walnut Grove and Palestine are tied at 21. Gilmer leads Lindale in the second quarter in a big ball game, 28-21. At the half, Van Alstyne leads Sulphur Springs 21-17. At halftime, Canton over Maybank 7-3. At the half, Paris leads Van 14-7. In the second quarter, Athens up 30-6 on Kaufman. Also, other finals, Jefferson leads Hughes Springs. Actually, Jefferson beat Hughes Springs last night 64-0. It's West Sabine 44-0 over Trinity. Brook Hill leads White Oak 28-6. Timpson over Wascom 49-6. Tatum over West Rusk 22-7. Winsboro leads New Boston 42-21. New Diana over Redwater 35-14. These are all halftime scores. Quinlan Ford over Emory Rains at halftime 24-0. Beckville leads Elysian Fields in the first quarter 19-9 was the last thing we saw. Troop leads at halftime over Paul Pewitt 20-14. Tenaha up on ARP 21-15. And we are going to take one more timeout before we get ready for the second half. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
The best things in life are free. You know, the simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
This is football. This has been the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show, presented by 106.5 Jack FM.
Peters Buick in Longview has the best selection in East Texas. Over 70 Buicks to choose from, like the all-new 2024 Buick Encore GX, starting at $25,750. Or the Buick Encore GX Avenir, with an all-new look and up to 31 miles per gallon. The largest selection of new Buicks from the #1 Buick dealer in East Texas, Peters Buick. Online at peterscars.net.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
There's the horn, and the Lobos coming back out on the field. Longview leads at 28-0 as we get ready to start the third quarter of play. Lufkin Panthers across the way running back out. Johnny, if you're Longview, I don't know what else you can say. He played pretty much a perfect ball game in the first half. And you got a nice lead. You just want to make sure you don't let down now and lose focus.
Yeah, you don't want to lose focus, make mistakes, do silly things in the second half. But Longview in the first half was pretty impressive. I wonder if we go, I don't know, maybe halfway through the third quarter or something, if you don't start pulling out some of the starters.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done that every game this year as they've emptied the bench in the games where they've been in control. So I just think that the main thing is you just want to make sure you take care of business, keep this lead, and then that allows John King to put as many kids in as he wants to tonight. Lufkin is going to get the ball to start the second half. That means Matthew Chavez will be at center, Rico Rose and Jordan Nichols will be the guards. Daniel Torres and Tavorian Foreman will be the tackles. Quarterback will be TJ Hammond. He struggled tonight. Kedron Young has found it very tough finding running room tonight against the Lobo defense. He's at running back. The receivers, Kevondrick Taylor, Krishawn Preston, and Braden Murphy. Longview Lobo defense is going to be Billy Smith, Aaron Harper, and Zarius Shepard on the front line. Linebackers, Brendan Reese and Kason Brooks in the middle. Jamerson Derensburg and Chase Smith on the outsides. The corners will be Jaden Simmons and Javion Robertson. Willie Nelson and Buda Garrett will be the safeties. And the Lobos will be kicking off from our left to our right to open this third quarter. Again, leading 28-0. John Montevegas steps into it. It will be taken at the 15-yard line. Brought out across field to the 20. Good open field coverage downfield. Tackle made on number 8, Kevondrick Taylor. Number 5, Christopher Wilder makes the stop.
Yeah, good coverage by the Lobos.
So everything has been good tonight.
It has been.
Kick coverage, tackling, good running, good offense. Lufkin will start at their own 23-yard line. They come out in a split backfield. The gun, T.J. Hammond at quarterback, 2 wide to the right. And they will hand it off to Kedron Young, who bakes it outside and gets around the edge. And now he's down the sidelines, 45, out of bounds, around midfield. Let's see where they spot him out.
That's the first big run by him tonight.
And you know that Todd Quick wants to see that happen. They mark him out of bounds. Well, now they're backing it up. I'm not quite sure. Did he step out of bounds at the 38?
I think that's what happened.
Okay, well, it was still a 17-yard gain. And it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Now they'll sweep left, and again, they're trying that edge, and they're getting the edge, but this time great lateral pursuit out there. Nice open field stop again by Chase Smith, and along with that, Javian Robertson. After a 3-yard gain by Kedron Young, the 4-star Notre Dame commit. 2nd down and 7. Panthers with the ball on the left hash mark. This time, a single back, Bakari Murphy, lined up on the right side of T.J. Hammond. And he goes back to throw, fires it deep, right side, caught at the 48 and off to the races. 40, 30, 20, 10, run out of bounds finally by Buda Garrett. A huge gain for the Lufkin Panthers of 54 yards.
Yeah, that was actually just a good catch and run, and they turned that into their biggest play of the game at this point.
That's the first real explosive play they've had all night long. And so now Lufkin will have a 1st and 10 at the 10. First and goal. Panthers with 2 wide to the left side this time. The split backfield, they'll hand it off to Young. Trying the left side. They look for some running room, not much there. They'll get maybe a yard. To the 9. And it'll be 2nd down and goal.
Kristen Williams making the stop for the Lobos.
10:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. Longview up 28-0, but Lufkin showing some signs of life here in the red zone. Split backfield. 2 wide to the right side this time. That's to the short side of the field. Hammond, and a flag goes down. May have been a false start against Lufkin. Yep, that's what it was.
Number 72. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
The guard, Rico Rose, called for the penalty that moves the ball back to the 14. So it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 14-yard line. So again, in that split backfield from the gun, they'll hand it off. And this time, great lateral pursuit and terrific defense. And nowhere to run for Kedron Young. And getting up off the bottom of that pile, Chase Smith, Kason Brooks. They strung it out and dropped him for no gain. Now it's 3rd down and goal at the 15.
It's hard to go wide on Longview because of their speed on defense.
The winner of the purse raffle is Ray Ford.
They have a wing to the right, 1 back lined up to the right of T.J. Hammond at quarterback, 2 wide to the right side, lone wide receiver to the short side of the field. And now they look to the right, throwing it toward the end zone. It's intercepted at the goal line and tackled at the 3-yard line. The pass intercepted. I believe that's Willie Nelson again, is it not? No, that's Jaden Simmons.
Yeah,
Jaden Simmons stepped in and picked that pass off.
It was an out and up, and he just cut under it and made the interception.
Ball was not very well thrown. It was overthrown, and Simmons was in the right place to make the pick. And again, the Longview defense turns back the Lufkin Panthers. And so now we've got 9:33 to play in the 3rd quarter. Longview will have the ball at their own 3. Tutt turns, hands off to the tailback. Up the middle, still fighting for yards at the 10, pushing the pile, getting the first down. Taylor Tatum.
Well, it's a straight dive, and he was hit on about the 4-yard line and ended up with a nice gain.
They had 5 Lufkin Panthers could not bring him down, Johnny.
No.
First down, the ball's out to the Longview 14-yard line. 11-yard gain by Taylor Tatum. Powerful, powerful running back. Headed to Oklahoma. In the gun now, Tutt with 2 wide to the right. Again, they'll hand it off. And this time, very little running room for Taylor Tatum. There just wasn't anything there up the middle.
Now they were ready for that one.
Alexander made the stop for Lufkin. He gained 1 on the play to the 15-yard line. Don't you know John King would like to have another one of those 12-play drives right now, just eat up this whole quarter?
Yep.
Second down and 9. In the I formation with the fullback right behind the quarterback. They'll hand it. Play action. Tutt. He threw it to the feet of Buster Mumphrey, who was coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, I don't know if he did that on purpose but he looked like there was a little room to get the ball in there, but he threw it low and it bounced.
Was not a good throw, and so it's going to be 3rd down now and 9. One of the few less than good plays that Tutt's made tonight.
Now, Tutt's played an excellent game, made some good throws, scored a touchdown.
They'll come out in the gun with 3 wide to the left side, and Tutt runs that quarterback draw again, and Tutt's going to get back out to about the 17. He didn't catch him by surprise this time. They're not going to get the first down. As he got to the 18-yard line for a pickup of 3, and they'll have to punt the football. Monteveus. I think this is the second punt of the night for Monteveus. He's standing back at his 5, put the foot into, oh my gosh, he bombed this one. Wow. It goes over the punt returner's head, bounces at the 27-yard line. They down it at the 28. That is a 55-yard punt by John Monteveus.
Wow, that was an impressive punt. 55 yards, very high, no chance to return it.
I thought he was going to bring rain. 7:24 to play in the 3rd quarter. Longview leading 28-0, and Lufkin with the ball at their own 28. They'll hand it off to Young, hit in the backfield and dropped right there. And that is Derensburg. Jamerson Derensburg, the linebacker who just shot that gap and dropped him for a yard loss. Back to the 27, 2nd down and 11. 3 wide to the left side, 1 out alone on the right. Press coverage for Longview, quick pass bounced at the feet of a wide receiver out in the left flat, Christian Preston, incomplete, 3rd down and 11. I'm telling you, Lufkin struggled tonight on offense.
Yeah, that play there, he's just standing out here and just bounces it to the receiver. That was a terrible throw on his part. No chance for the completion.
Hammond now back to throw. Blitz coming. He steps up and gets a from it, and then is dragged down at the 27-yard line. Tackled on the play by number 34, Brendan Reese.
T.J. Hammond with the keeper.
Boy, there was a pressure coming off the edge right in his face. He got away from that, but Reese was there to mop it up.
Yeah, Lobo's coming from everywhere.
T.J. Hammond must have felt like they had 15 players on defense. So Hansard will come on to punt for Lufkin from the 28. Puts his foot into, this is one of these low end over end, barely gets up into the air, kind of a punt. Buda Garrett takes it at the 42, brings it out to the 45-yard line. 27 net yards on that play, and the Lobos with good field position with 6:01 to go. Longview will start at their own 45, leading 28-0. Lobos came into the game tonight with a record of 2-1. Their only loss, a 2-point loss to McKinney. Lufkin entered the night 3-0. But it's been all Longview. Quick pass on an RPO. Reese caught it at the 40. Breaks a tackle at the 30. A race to the 10. 5. Touchdown, Longview.
That's a great throw and a great catch. Get the long touchdown pass.
45 yards. I'm sorry, 55 yards to Kalen Reese.
That's his first reception of the night.
Second touchdown pass for Tutt.
I think Tutt has been impressive, had an impressive game tonight. He's gotten better every week, and in this game tonight, he's been almost flawless.
Lobos and all have almost been flawless tonight. They are about to go up 35-0. Monsaveas' kick makes it 35-0 with 5:49 to play in the third quarter. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Start checking at Telco Plus Credit Union to be a winner. Their checking accounts are awesome. Direct deposit is paid 2 days early. Bill pay is free. Overdraft or no overdraft options. And they set you up to win a free app, low balance alerts, and budget software. They have discounts for students and seniors. Open a checking account today with your hometown credit union, Telco Plus, to save and earn more. Federal insured by the NCUA. Checking approval and membership qualifications apply. Visit telcoplus.org for details and restrictions.
A fat dog is a thirsty man's best friend. That's why Fat Dog Beverages carries a larger selection of wines, spirits, and craft beers, all at lower prices. Because when it comes to savings, we're like a dog with a bone. So if you like lower prices, a huge selection, and tail-wagging service, it's time to see a man about a dog. A Fat Dog. With 6 locations around Tyler. FatDogBeverages.com.
Following the 55-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Tutt to D.K. Reese, Monsaveas puts his foot into it, and the ball is kicked into the end zone. Now we're seeing some chippiness back upfield. Some hurt feelings out here now, as it was a touchback by Kevondrick Taylor. Lufkin will take over now, trailing 35-0 with 5:49 to go in the third quarter. And you know that Todd Quick and his staff have got to be in some kind of shock right now because his team had played so well coming into this ball game.
Yeah, it's got to be a big disappointment to them.
Trips left to the left side, running back lined up on the left side. Quick pass underneath, caught, coming out of the backfield, and then stopped out there by number 31, Kason Brooks. The receiver was Braden Murphy, who got maybe 2 yards on that catch out in the flat. Second down and 8. Now we've got twins on either side. Ball's on the left hash mark. Young takes the handoff. Finds a crease. Gets across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Nice hold on a gain of about 8. It's third down and 2. Lufkin has not converted many of these third down situations.
No, they just hadn't been able to run against Longview at all.
Twins to either side again for Hammond. Quick pass on a bubble screen out to the right side. And again, that Longview defense. Buda Garrett is right there and slings him down at the 28-yard line. They're trying to get the ball in space to the wide receivers, and the Longview defense is having nothing of it.
Well, I mean, I think you got to recognize that Longview's secondary is special. And when you start throwing short passes to the sideline, they're going to make the play, and they've done it the whole night. I mean, at some point you need to change what you're doing.
Well, one thing about it, the punter's getting work tonight. We've got an injured player on the field, it looks like.
Yeah, it's another one.
So while they're tending to this injured player, let's take a 30-second timeout. It's Longview 35-0 over Lufkin, 4:20 to play. Third quarter. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Liberty Towing Service reminds motorists when driving, if you see tow truck drivers, please slow down or move over. The life you save could be that of someone helping a stranded motorist. This important message is sponsored by Liberty Towing Service, reminding you to slow down, move over, and remember it's the law. Liberty Towing Service responds quickly and has great prices. And if you're stuck, they'll send a truck. Call 903-593-7230. 593-7230 for Liberty Towing Service, on the air because they care.
Bakari Murphy, one of the running backs for Lufkin, helped off the field. You said ankle?
Yeah, he looked like his right ankle.
They help him off the field, and the Panthers punt team is on. Nathan Hansard will be kicking back deep. Buda Garrett and Willie Nelson, who already has one long punt return of about 48 yards tonight. Ball's rolled back, gets by the punter. He races back to the 6 and has a fall on it back there. Lobos are going to have the ball on a short field. The bad snap by the center just gets right by Hansard.
Well, he did the right thing, is just to fall on it, but it's going to be tough to keep Longview out of the end zone from here.
Longview will get the ball at the 6. Boy, everything bad that could happen to Lufkin has happened tonight.
That's right. I mean,
some of it of their own doing, some of it just forced by Lufkin. That point was an unforced error. And the Lobos really getting ready to kill the head of the snake here. Two tight ends, I formation, 1st and goal from the 7. Hand off up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Buster Mumphrey. 6 yards. That's just too easy.
Mumphrey takes it in for a Lobo touchdown.
It looks like Lufkin's kind of thrown in the towel, to be honest with you.
If not now, probably going forward, I would think that may be the case. Montsevias comes in for the extra point. Snap. A good hold by Tutt. He had to pick it up off the ground, and Montsevias puts it through, and it's Longview 42. Lufkin nothing. With 3:57 to go in the third quarter, you're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
It doesn't have to be a busted pipe.
You could be wasting water all kinds of ways.
A toilet that keeps running, a spigot that spits.
Little leaks you just might not know are there. Better beware.
If you notice your water bill creeping up, call in Rub-A-Dub.
The guys in the bright yellow shirts can sniff out those leaks.
And keep water in its place, ending the chase.
Let Rub-A-Dub inspect your plumbing to catch problems while they're small.
When they drive away, your home will have a clean bill of health.
Not just clean, squeaky clean.
Online at rubadubplumbing.com.
East Texas Containers in Tyler takes this special time to recognize and salute the men and women in uniform who are standing tall for our freedom around the world. Let's remember them during these trying times in our thoughts, prayers, and letters from home. Their efforts abroad and in the U.S. will keep America strong. This message is courtesy of East Texas Containers, serving the community with pride and integrity since 1974, where Wes Allen and staff are proudly supporting our troops, veterans, and their families here on the home front.
Following the touchdown run by Mumphrey, the kickoff brought back out by Braden Murphy, and Murphy with a nice kickoff return will bring it out There's a player down for Longview as they bring it out to the 25-yard line. And we'll see who the injured Longview Lobo is. But he's getting up, and it looks like is that Jamerson Derensburg? It looks like it might be.
Yeah.
That would be a tough break.
No, I think it's...
Is it 21?
21, so it's Roll.
Okay. Thomas Roll is the player he's walking off. He seems to be okay. Just a little dinged up on that kickoff return, but looks like he's all right now. And the Lobos now with a 42-0 lead. And Lufkin still trying to look for something to hang their hats on. It has been all Longview tonight. 3:51 to go, third quarter. From the 25, a handoff, right side, new running back in the ball game is DeMarcus Chin. And he got to about the 30.
DeMarcus Chin.
So we may start seeing a lot of substitutes in this ball game now for Todd Quick and the Panthers, as this is a lost cause point. 3 wide to the left side this time. Hammond remains in the game at quarterback. And he goes back to throw, and he fires the ball right side. High throw, and it's caught. Great catch out there by Krishawn Preston. Complete out to about the 48-yard line for a first down. Gain of 13 yards. Preston is one of the guys they really lean on as a wide receiver, but they've had a hard time getting the ball to him tonight.
Yeah, I've got him, but that's his first reception.
1st and 10. Panthers from their own 48-yard line. Hand off to Chin again. And Chin with big running room. Up the middle. Race to the 30-yard line. Caught from behind by number 3 for Lufkin. For Longview, Chase Smith. Saved a touchdown. So an explosive play in the run game. Out to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 20 for the Lufkin Panthers. 1st and 10 in Longview territory. Quarterback keeps it this time. Hammond bottled up after maybe a couple of yards. No running room on that quarterback keeper on the zone read. It'll be 2nd down and 8. 2:15 to play in the third quarter. And Longview up 42-0 on Lufkin. 2nd down and 8 from the 30. 3 wide to the left. Hand off to Chin. Chin finds running room again. Up the middle. And he'll get to the 23-yard line.
Chin on the carry.
Will be close to the first down. Couple of yards shy. Billy Smith made the tackle. 3rd down and 2. Chin giving them a spark. From the 24-yard line. In Longview territory, Chin takes the handoff. He gets hit in the hole, and he's going to get thrown back down for basically no gain. Billy Smith was the guy that made first contact. And it's going to be 4th down and 1.
Well, they'll go for it.
Winner
sure.
of the LHS cheer.
So on 4th and 1, Panthers will go for it. They have 2 wide to the right, which is the short side of the field. Ball's on the right hash. 2 to the left. Running back. Quick pass out there in the flat to complete to the 20, to the first down. They'll get to the 16-yard line. Pass was complete to Braden Murphy. And Garrett made the tackle with 50 seconds to go. Lufkin has the first down at the Longview 16-yard line. Twin receivers either side. Chin takes the handoff. This time gets hit in the hole and thrown back down, and good defense right up the middle. That's Derensburg, so he's back in the ball game and he's not hurt. That's good to see.
Darrensburg making the stop.
Darrensburg played tight end last year. They flipped him over to outside linebacker this year, and he's had a heck of a season.
Yeah, he's been effective.
This is going to be the last play of the third quarter. We go to the final 12 minutes. Well, they stopped the clock. No, they're going to let it run now. End of 3, Longview 42, Lufkin nothing. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
What do you do when your child struggles in math? I'm Annette McKee of Mathnasium of Tyler. Math tutoring K through 12 for students of all skill levels. Here's one Mathnasium parent.
Well, our oldest child was having some challenges with math, and we realized that it might be beneficial to have a little extra help. What we immediately noticed is that we were able to get through the homework much faster in the evening. She would take her math homework to Mathnasium, and they would give her help, and it opened up more time in the evening to cover other subjects and also extracurricular activities.
This parent was so impressed, he's used Mathnasium for all 5 of his children.
Well, Mathnasium does a good job of evaluating where the student is.
One-on-one, face-to-face, live instruction in our learning center or live online. Typically 2 to 3 hours per week. Programs start at $2.99 per month. That's about $25 per session.
I'm Frank Mann. We are changing lives through math. Mathnasium of Tyler.
You're listening to the Lobo Radio Network on 106.5 Jack FM. Longview Lobo football, brought to you by Longview Kilgore Cable. Now let's get back to the game on 106.5 Jack FM.
First play of the fourth quarter, 2nd down and 8. A handoff to Chin for no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Lufkin Panthers, trailing 42-0 now. 3 wide to the left side. Ball's on the right hash mark. Hammond back to throw. Pressure coming backside. He eludes the tackle. The ball's batted down and almost picked off by Kason Brooks. But there was so much pressure, and Hammond was having to almost run for his life, so he wasn't able to set his feet and got a bad throw there, and Brooks almost picked it off.
Well, plus he had somebody that had a hold of one of his legs, so he was like...
So now it's 4th down and 7, and Lufkin's going to go for it, and they'll roll to their right, and Hammond gets blown up, and the ball comes out. Lufkin fumbles it, Longview recovers it, and it's recovered by number 41, Isaiah Horton. Lobo football. Defense coming up big again.
Isaiah Horton comes up with the fumble for the Lobos.
Your quarterback is taking a pretty big beating here tonight to ask him to run that play to the short side of the field of Longview's defense. You run a little bit of a risk, in my opinion. I'm not sure I wouldn't start getting the starters out. But.
Lobo defense has been smothering tonight, and with 11:18 to go in the ball game, up 42-0, they will take over following the turnover at their own 22. Maverick Rowe in at quarterback now. Handoff, Kelvin Washington. Right side, gets across the 25, down to around the 26-yard line. Tackle was made out there by Isaiah Menifee. 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6. Into the ball game for the Lobos. Cesar Roja, the tight end, comes in as Washington checks out. They'll come out with a wing left, single wide receivers to either side, and they'll hand it off up the middle to the 30-yard line. Gang tackled by the Lufkin defense. New running back in the game. That's Alex Hawkins. Hawkins got to see some action against Tyler Legacy.
Alex Hawkins
also got to see some action against Marshall earlier in the year. Washington checks back in. It's 3rd down and 1 now. Longview at their own 31-yard line. Rowe under center, I formation, 2 tight ends, quarterback sneak, right up the middle. He's going to have the first down. Should have it. Move the chains.
Quarterback sneak gets the first, and the key here is just use the clock.
Exactly.
Run it down.
Don't put it in the air. Keep everybody in the field of play. And just pound the rock and let's get this thing over with. Because it's been over for a while now. Lobos on the road next week. Lancaster will be on the air with John King Show at 7. On 1st and 10. Maverick Rowe rolling to his left, fires over the middle, incomplete, intended for his tight end, Tyreek Tennyson. Stops the clock with 9:20 to play in the ball game. Last year, Lancaster was the toughest district game they had all year long.
Yeah, it was. That one was in doubt for almost the whole game, but the Lobos ended up pulling it out.
And that was at Lobo Stadium. So we're going on the road next week. But Lancaster off to a surprising 1-3 start, so we're not sure what to expect. Right now what we expect is the Lobos to continue to hang on to the ball with a 2nd and 10 from their own 31. They'll hand off to the tailback, Kelvin Washington. Washington with no running room, stuffed right there at the line of scrimmage by the Lufkin defense. That hasn't happened very many times tonight. Got to give big number 15, Elijah Nicholson, credit for sticking his head in there and stopping Washington after a gain of only 2.
Washington was start of the season injured, so he hadn't gotten a whole lot of playing time at this point, but he's a good back. He was an impressive back last year for Longview.
3rd down and 8 for Longview, and the timeout is going to be taken. Lobos take that timeout with 8:33 to go in the ball game. They're up 42-0 over Lufkin. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors. Gorilla Glue, of course. Gorilla Glue is incredibly strong, 100% waterproof, and bonds virtually everything. Gorilla Glue, for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Back to school means back to early bedtimes. But I'm not tired. Fortunately, there's Pure Z's Kids, mindfully formulated to help your child fall asleep naturally when needed. Pure Z's Kids products are non-habit forming, drug-free, and available in liquid, chewable tablets, and gummies. Give them the rest to be their best. Bye, Mom! Pure Z's Kids, for ages 4 and up. Explore all Pure Z's Kids products at zquill.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn back here at Lobo Stadium, where we've got 8:33 left in the ball game. Longview up and in total control, 42-0. They have the ball 3rd and 8 at their own 34-yard line. Maverick Rowe in at quarterback. Play action. They'll fire it over the middle. The ball was thrown high and incomplete on an RPO. Pass was intended for number 27, Mackay Stewart. Not a great throw, and now the Lobos will come on to punt. John Montefayas will do the honors. Again, the line of scrimmage will be the 34. Montefayas is back at his 20. Punt returner for Lufkin is at his own 33. A lot of confusion by the subs on the punt team. High snap over the head of Montevideo. Montevideo now trying to get away from the pressure. Gets the kickoff, amazingly, and ends up with a pretty decent punt. It goes beyond midfield and takes a big Longview roll all the way. It's still rolling to the 40-yard line. That is a 27-yard punt when he should have been down at his own 5.
That's amazing on his part. Ball snapped over his head. He retreats, picks it up, starts running under pressure, then kicks it.
And somebody's hanging on him when he punted it, Johnny.
I know it.
Good night. You know it's your night when stuff like that's happening.
That's true.
So Lufkin has the ball at their own 40. They'll hand it off, and there's no running room. I mean, Longview's rush defense has been spectacular tonight. Getting up off of the bottom of the pile, Jamarian Jones. 1 yard gain. And John King's got to be thrilled with the way his defense has played tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they've been awesome.
And don't you know they want this shutout? 2nd down and 9. New quarterback in the game for Lufkin. Will keep it on the run to the left side. He'll get out to about the 45-yard line. That's Javian Johnson. He is a sophomore. He is the more electric runner of the two quarterbacks. He has gotten significant playing time here in the first half of the season, the first 3 games. Jones made the stop. It's 3rd down and 5 from the 45. Not as good a thrower as T.J. Hammond, but probably more electric in the run game. Twin receivers, and he's going to roll to his right, and he keeps it, and he gets the first down inside the 50 down to around the 47-yard line. So already we're seeing what was advertised. Javian Johnson keeps the ball moving on the quarterback run.
Yeah, you can see his speed right there. He made the cutback.
Making the tackle for the Lobos.
Twin wide receivers, 1st and 10 for Lufkin, who they really want to score something here before the game's over. They'll hand it off. Chin breaks a tackle, gets into the secondary, gets thrown down at the 30-yard line. That's an 18-yard gain.
Yeah, well, I think we'd all like to see Longview pitched the shutout, but right now they're putting together a pretty good drive.
And to be fair, Longview's got a lot of substitutes on the field now, getting some playing time. So Johnson at quarterback with twin wide receivers. He'll keep it on the quarterback run, and the flag goes down immediately. That'll be a false start. Called it on the quarterback. Just going to be a straight quarterback run. But it'll back the ball up to the 33-yard line in Longview territory, and it makes it 1st and 15. Johnson takes the snap. He'll follow his lead back. He breaks it outside. Nowhere to run. Longview defense knocks him down for a loss. Man, I'm telling you, this has got to be a nightmare for an offensive coordinator. Deraylon Nelson was the guy that strung it out and tackled the back.
What happened is he kind of went over the tackle, then tried to pull it out and get around the end, but Longview's too fast for that and ends up losing yardage.
Back to the 35-yard line. 2nd down now and 17. And Chen gets the handoff, and he gets tackled right in the backfield by number 36, Brendan Reese. Lobo defense just unblockable tonight.
That is the truth.
So lost yardage on that play of 3 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 20. Lufkin at the Lobo 38-yard line. Johnson rolls to his right, throws it out, a short out route to his receiver, Quincy Kuti. That's not going to be near enough for a first down, as it only got to the 29-yard line. That was a 6-yard gain. It's 4th down now and 13. 4:40 remaining. Johnson checks the sidelines. DeMarcus Chin remains in at running back. Johnson fires the ball over the middle, caught, and then down at the 24-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down. Panthers turn the ball over on downs.
Kenyon Dobbins making the tackle for the Lobos.
Dobbins made the tackle on the receiver about 4 yards shy of the first down, so Lufkin's going to take over now. 4:32 left in the game, and they will start at their own 23-yard line.
Longview like to have this shutout, so
yes, sir.
If the offense can pick up a couple of first downs, they can probably run this clock out.
My favorite play, the victory kneel. They'll come out in the I formation with 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts to the left side, and they'll turn and they'll hand it off to the tailback. Up the middle, getting to the 30-yard line. A nice surge there. Number 42 for Longview, Alex Hawkins, with a 7-yard gain to make it 2nd down and 3 at the 30. Spectacular performance by Longview tonight.
Yeah, against a team that really has a lot of talent, and they're going to win a lot of games before the year's out.
Again in the eye. Clock running at 3:52. Play clock down to 8. They'll hand it off to the fullback this time. Up the middle, and he'll get real close to the first down. Let's see. That was 44. Mason Lundy was the fullback that made the carry. I thought he got close to the first down, but he accidentally gained a yard. It's 3rd down and 2. Ball is at the 31-yard line. They're going to just try to milk this clock. Work that play clock down under 10 before they snap the ball. And it's at 10 right now as they break the huddle. So they remain in the eye. 3 seconds on the play clock. Now Maverick Rowe will run to his left, and he gets a block at the 40, at the 50, still running, knocked out of bounds in Lufkin territory at the 43-yard line. Pickup of 27 yards.
We saw a little bit of his speed as he takes it outside and makes a nice run out of it.
Keeps the drive going, keeps the clock moving. Well, actually, I guess he ran out of bounds, and that stopped the clock at 3:01. Lobos to the line. They stay in that eye with the fullback. Handoff. Hawkins again. This time Hawkins stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by number 73, Elijah Alexander. No gain. 2:45 to play in the game. Lobos have a 2nd and 10 at the Lufkin 43-yard line.
They'll be using as much of the clock as they can.
Don't forget, after the ball game tonight, we will be visiting with Coach John King, who ought to be pretty happy about this game tonight.
Yeah, we always like it when he's happy.
Yes, we do. No doubt. From the eye on 2nd down, they'll hand it off to Hawkins again. And there's a flag down over on the far side. Prior to the snap, it's a dead ball, false start foul with 2:07 to go. 5-yard penalty. Been a pretty clean game up to this point.
Yep.
Haven't seen a lot of penalties tonight. It's just not a lot to gripe about this ball game tonight.
I think it's been really a nice game for the Lobos. And plus, we've gotten, the good thing is we've also gotten some guys in to play and get some action, and that always helps the whole team, I think.
That's happened in 3 of the 4 ball games we've played this year.
Yeah.
And that's great experience for these guys. 2nd down and 15 on the 48. Hawkins takes the handoff, dropped the ball, left it behind him. Now there'll be a scramble for it. Let's see who comes up with it. And now we start seeing some fighting going on.
Yeah.
Here we go. Secondary, a wide receiver and a defensive back get tangled up, and a flag goes down there. 1:33 left to go in the game.
Yeah,
I don't know that there was much serious fighting going on. They just got tangled up, and it resulted in a scrum for a second, but it ended quickly, and the flag went down. It'll be unsportsmanlike conduct against both sides, so offsetting penalties. So we just go to 3rd down. Everybody has been sufficiently had their fingers shaken at them.
That's the easy way out. That's right there. Just point at both
That's
of them.
Right. Just don't do that. Shake that finger at them like your mom used to do when you were kids. 1:27 to go in the game, and the clock's running now. 3rd down and 12, Longview. Had the ball at the Lufkin 45. Trying to wrap up a shutout against the Lufkin Panthers. Play action, Maverick Rowe fires deep right side, caught on the comeback at the 30-yard line. That was kind of a surprise shot taken there.
No kidding. And what a nice throw. It's a deep out route.
Trying to make out the number here. 86, okay. That's Jordan Walford that made the grab.
Maverick Rowe's pass is complete to Jordan Walford.
And that was for a 1st down, so that means it's pretty much wrapped up now, Johnny.
Yep.
You see them all now. You'll see whether they take a knee or not.
I bet you they do.
1:06 to go. Clock is stopped right now till they snap it. A knee taken by Maverick Rowe. That's the first. And I would imagine we'll get at least one more of those, and then this ball game's going to be done. And the Lobos are going to pitch a shutout tonight against an arch rival that came in ranked 18th in the state and was a perfect 3-0 and had been impressive in their victories. But tonight it was all Longview.
Yeah, the Lobos just were hitting on all cylinders tonight. And I think it's a good thing for that, because we're going to have a little bit of a stretch here in the next few weeks.
Another kneel down by Maverick Rowe, and that's going to do it. He hands it to the officials. Coach John King already out on the field, getting ready to walk across the way and say, well, maybe not. Maybe he's fussing at his team a little bit, I guess, but not quite sure what that's about.
Who knows?
He's just going to keep coaching them till the end. And then he's going to walk across the way and shake hands with his old friend Todd Quick. Lobos win it tonight by a score of 42-0. And they go to 1-0 in District 7 5A play. Lufkin falls to 3-1 and 0-1 in district play. And it was a great night for a district opener for the Longview Lobos. Again, the final score, Longview 42, Lufkin nothing. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the post-game show brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You name it, Office Barn stocks it. A customer was looking for 19 matching bookcases.
We had 19 matching bookcases in stock with prompt delivery.
Office Barn in Tyler, a showroom as big as an indoor mall, but no food court.
New, discontinued, and used office furniture in large quantities.
We are a destination store. Desks from $50 to $5,000. Just visit the Office Barn website. 5,000 chairs in stock, starting at $20. Stackable chairs, executive, drafting, and lobby chairs. Flexible active seating, even chair mats. Chairs so big and comfortable, you can take a nap in it.
Conference room tables, cubicles, storage cabinets, teacher desks, and classroom tables. Discounts for schools, nonprofits, veterans, and first responders. Call us or text us. It's the same number.
Office Barn, between Tyler and Lindale, on Highway 69, across from the big American flag.
You name it, OB stocks it.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Not sure which thermometer to choose? Accuracy matters. Exergen Temporal Scanner is the smart choice. Got a fever? Stay home. To detect fever accurately at home, you need a fast, non-invasive, and clinically accurate thermometer. Exergen provides all of that and is backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be smart and safe. Measure temperature accurately with Exergen, the #1 choice for medical professionals at the top-ranked hospitals in the U.S. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Innovation Refunds does not provide tax or legal advice. We work with an independent network of tax professionals and will share information with them to evaluate and process your claims. Terms and conditions apply. Ty is a paid spokesman.
I'm Ty Burrell, actor and small business owner. You can trust Innovation Refunds with your small business's ERC claim because of their SOC 2 Type 1 security compliance. And if you're a tech person, you know that's a big deal. I'm not a tech person, but I did look it up. Without this certification, how can you be sure a company can protect your information? It's not like here on the radio, where all you need to be secure is a censor button. Check it out. So now you won't know my date of birth is or that my social security number is the password to my bank account is Ty's Cool Password 1. Uh-oh. The button's broken. Luckily, Innovation Refunds is more reliable. Don't wait. Go to innovationrefunds.com. That's innovationrefunds.com or call 1-843-REFUNDS to get started. Oh, a notification from my bank. Wait, I didn't buy a boat.
Welcome to the Longview Lobo postgame show on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn back here at Lobo Stadium, where they're playing the traditional League Greenwood. Proud to be an American as the Lobos walk off the field after pitching a shutout tonight, 42-0 over the Lufkin Panthers. Recapping the scoring in this ball game, it was Longview first on the board with a 1-yard touchdown run to give the Lobos the lead. Taylor Tatum taking it in from 1 yard out with 1:14 to go in the first quarter. Then with 11:26 to go in the second quarter, Taylor Tatum with an 8-yard touchdown run gives Longview a 14-0 lead against Lufkin. 7:52 to go in the half. Willie Nelson picks off a Lufkin pass, brings it all the way back to the Lufkin 27-yard line. And Andrew Tutt will drive them in, has a nice quarterback draw, and then a 7-yard touchdown run to give Longview a 21-0 lead with 6:31 to play in the first half. He wasn't done. Tutt threw a 51-yard touchdown pass to Kelvin Washington to give a Longview a 28-0 lead against Lufkin, and that's where it was at halftime. Third quarter, defense continues to dominate for Longview. Jaden Simmons intercepts a Lufkin pass at the 3-yard line to stop a Lufkin drive, and Longview takes over at the 3. Later, Andrew Tutt with his second touchdown pass of the day, 55 yards to DeKalen Reese to make it 35-0 against Lufkin with 5:49 to go in the third quarter. Buster Mumphrey carries it in from 7 yards out to give the Lobos a 42-0 lead at the end of 3. And then in the fourth quarter, Longview's Isaiah Horton recovers the Lufkin fourth down fumble. And that pretty much wraps it up. Longview wins it by a score of 42-0. That is a 16-game home winning streak now. They've won 37 of their last 38 here at Lobo Stadium. Again, they have not lost to Lufkin since 2016, and Lufkin is not at home here, and Lufkin has not beaten the Lobos in Lobo Stadium since 2003. Johnny, we were talking before the game. We're a little nervous about what this might look like, and it was everything I never expected.
Well, I think this was the most impressive game so far this year by the defense, and we got a couple or three interceptions. The quarterbacks continue to get better, Tut, as the season's gone on, and then actually we ended up, getting Rowe in, get some snaps, get other people getting to play, guys that hadn't played much, and you'll need those people later on in the year more than likely. So I think this was a really impressive game for Longview. We got a lot of different backs that carried the ball. I mean, it's a full team effort tonight.
And it was a total effort, yeah. And I mean, they just dominated the ball game. That was so impressive about this team tonight and what they did. So we're going to take another time out. We're going to be waiting for John King to come up to talk to us about tonight's ball game. A shutout tonight, 42-0 as Longview beats Lufkin. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo lawyers.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Not sure which thermometer to choose? Accuracy matters. Exergen Temporal Scanner is the smart choice. Got a fever? Stay home. To detect fever accurately at home, you need a fast, non-invasive, and clinically accurate thermometer. Exergen provides all of that and is backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be smart and safe. Measure temperature accurately with Exergen, the #1 choice for medical professionals at the top-ranked hospitals in the U.S. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Hey, I love your outfit.
It's Stitch Fix. I'd like to thank my stylist for making me look amazing. She sends looks that work for me and my budget. She gets my fit just right. She turns me on to styles I never would have found on my own. Because of her, because of Stitch Fix, I have time to take care of everything else. They just make everything so easy. So thank you, Stitch Fix. My stylist just gets me, and they'll get you too. Stitch Fix. Take your style quiz today at StitchFix.com.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Not sure which thermometer to choose? Accuracy matters. Exergen Temporal Scanner is the smart choice. Got a fever? Stay home. To detect fever accurately at home, you need a fast, non-invasive, and clinically accurate thermometer. Exergen provides all of that and is backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be smart and safe. Measure temperature accurately with Exergen, the #1 choice for medical professionals at the top-ranked hospitals in the U.S. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Hey man, looking good. It's Stitch Fix. I'd like to thank my stylist for making me look so great. They always get my fit just right. They send clothes that work for me and my budget. They even found me my favorite pair of jeans. I'd like to thank Stitch Fix because let's get real, I couldn't make this style happen on my own. They just make everything so easy. So thank you, Stitch Fix. They just get me, and they'll get you too. Stitch Fix. Take your style quiz today at StitchFix.com.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
this is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Peters Buick in Longview has the best selection in East Texas. Over 70 Buicks to choose from, like the all-new 2024 Buick Encore GX, starting at $25,750. Or the Buick Encore GX Avenir, with an all-new look and up to 31 miles per gallon. The largest selection of new Buicks from the #1 Buick dealer in East Texas, Peters Buick. Online at peterscars.net.
Fish's RV knows a thing or two about how to go play in Texas, and we've been here long enough to know that this time of year, in this town, that means one thing. Lobos football is back, and Fish's RV's fired up to be back as a sponsor. We can't wait to watch the green, gold, and white get back to ball and take care of business. So, Lobos fans, help us bring the noise every game this fall, because if we're gonna go play, we might as well go all the way. Fish's RV in Longview, at the intersection of Judson and George Ritchie, where memories begin.
Soapy's Car Wash has been a proud sponsor of Longview Lobo football for over 20 years. Stay clean this football season with Soapy's Car Wash. The self-serve and automated bays in front of Sam's Club on Wall Street, and of course the drive-through wash on Highway 80. Save money with a monthly pass, and let's stay mean and clean all the way to the state championship. Soapy's is a place to be. Soapy's Car Wash. Just say the works.
Start checking at Telco Plus Credit Union to be a winner. Their checking accounts are awesome. Direct deposit is paid 2 days early. Bill pay is free. Overdraft or no overdraft options. And they set you up to win a free app, low balance alerts, and budget software. They have discounts for students and seniors. Open a checking account today with your hometown credit union, Telco Plus, to save and earn more. Federal insured by the NCUA. Checking approval and membership qualifications apply. Visit telcoplus.org for details and restrictions.
Here's one deal all sports fans can root for. Cable Link's broadband 300 megs with unlimited data for less than $35 a month. The best price in town for this speed. Score with a 12-month price lock. No credit check and no deposit required. Plus, you may qualify for the affordable connectivity plan for more savings. Visit cablelinks.com/connect. That's cablelinks.com/connect. Many factors affect speed. Offer expires without notice. Restrictions apply.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
The best things in life are free. You know, the simple things. Things that bring us joy, comfort, and peace of mind. Things you simply enjoy. With Eastman Credit Union's Beyond Free checking account, that's exactly what you'll get. A checking account that meets your financial needs with no hassles, no hidden fees, and all the features that make managing your money stress-free. Experience the freedom of a Beyond Free checking account from Eastman Credit Union. Open your account today at ecu.org/free.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Longview 42-0 over Lufkin tonight. We're joined now by head football coach John King. Coach, congratulations. That's about as thorough a game as a team can play. What did you think?
I thought our defense was outstanding all night long. I mean, the turnovers we got, the field position they gave us, the turnover we got in the red zone. We bent, didn't break, and kept them from scoring. And then, as I said, offense had short grass a couple of times, punched it in. And then we hit a couple of big pass plays, one to end the half, one to start the half. It really broke the thing open. And defensively thought it was outstanding. We didn't give them a big run. And, they had one call back with a hold. And, you may not get that call. Get off that block, So other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
Defensively, you were talking about one of the things that we noticed that was so impressive tonight was open field tackling by your secondary. When guys would get out in space, there was no room to run because your guys were right there on top of them, making tackles out there one-on-one, and nobody was missing tackles.
Yeah, we didn't miss too many, and did a good job of getting off of blocks and playing the smokes and the bubbles on the perimeter. And tackling that running back in the open field. We got him going sideways, which makes it a heck of a lot easier to tackle him. He's north and south. His pad square. He's tough, and for the most part, we didn't let that get going.
What did you do to stop them from the run game? They've been so effective all year long. They ran it up and down the field on A&M Consolidated last week. How did y'all adjust to that?
Well, I think it starts up front. I think our defensive line did a good job of holding the point. Linebackers fit the run, and secondary rallied, and that's really no big secret. I think we played both fronts odd and even and did a good job out of both. But they had a few little wrinkles for us run game wise. Well, they moved the ball effectively, but we got it figured out and forced some no gainers and negative plays and put them in behind the sticks. But it's up front. Our defensive line's pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
So we see that every day.
They're not bad. Willie Nelson, talk about his performance with the interception and the punt return tonight.
2 big plays in the first half and gave us short grass, but made great play. Punt return was outstanding job. Made the first guy miss, and then he got the wall and went down the sideline, and then, of course, the pick was a big play as well. But that's Willie. Willie makes big plays. We've all kind of grown accustomed to that, and but it doesn't happen by chance. He prepares in the right way. He's talented. Let's not be foolish to think he's not talented, because he is.
He's the superstar.
But he is intelligent. He's a smart football player, and he prepares in the right way. He sees things. He triggers on things. He understands alignments, splits, tendencies, down and distance, all those things. And he's a great tackler. He tackles well in the secondary.
And then go ahead.
What I was going to say, I think it's clear when you watch this secondary, too, that we got a lot of people that have played together for a long time, and everybody seems to know what they need to do and when they need to do it, and you got great athletes back there. And tonight was pretty impressive.
Well, our safeties do a bunch of the coverage checks and communicating it to our corners, and really the big thing is getting it communicated to the guy on the other side. The guy on our sideline better know the call, because you got coaches and hollering him. The corner on the field side is the one you got to get it communicated to. I thought another one was Jaden Simmons played a heck of a game. Got a pick and did a good job of tackling the short stuff, and he played well for us. But all those guys. I mean, there's 8 or maybe 9 senior defensive backs. Even the kids that don't play up, start and roll, play in a nickel package or a backup role, they're all tuned in and just. They understand how to prepare. Great kids, great character. They take coaching, and they're prideful.
You also, on offense, you got some short field scores. That was good. But the thing is, you also had some really long drives, like in the first half when you had almost a 6-7 minute drive and were able to stick it in there with Tatum, which was a surprise only in the fact that Lufkin was so large on the defensive line. We thought you might have a little bit of a struggle, but there was not a struggle tonight.
Look, they loaded the box. Now, when I say loaded the box, they had them all up there. And they were playing man and tight man and you try to squeeze a formation and push and block a safety. You couldn't get to him fast enough. So, I mean, they had a great scheme, great plan. They gave us some fits early on. We were able to pop some runs. I think the key thing was just key plays throughout the game, like the fourth down play we scored on. That was big. The pass play to Boosie right before the half was big. And then the glance route we hit with the DK in the second half. Mm-hmm. Just broke the thing open. Those are things you've got to do when you're not, you're running the ball okay, but you got to throw it, at some point. Probably should have thrown it more. Hindsight 2020, but I mean, if they're going to give us that and load it up, so you're not running tonight, you got to beat us throwing it. We need to take advantage of it. And we did a couple of times, but I thought Andrew threw the ball pretty well. He had a couple of misses. One, he got pressured. We had Ethan Harrison on another one on the over route, and pressure got to him. Had to throw it early, overthrew him a little bit, but he had a very good score down here. We had a play dialed up. We were going to try to sneak Taylor across the formation in the flat, which he could have thrown it, and Taylor was wide open, but so was he. So he chose to run it, which I'll take that too. Let's get it in the end zone.
Well, he made such a great fake. The defense didn't even know he had the ball, and he had it just open running room to get into the end zone.
Well, they were committing to the run, and they were committing heavy, and we took advantage of that in that situation. But, still I think, we ran the ball okay, not as good as I'd hoped, even though they're big. Want to try to wear them down, but, we'd get a crease and there'd be a safety there. It was just tough sometimes, and but we're going to see that all year long. So it goes back to being able to throw the ball and win some one-on-one routes.
Well, if somebody had told you before this ball game you were going to win it 42-0, what would you have told them?
I'd slept better. Didn't sleep good all week. I've been nervous about this ball game all year long. I mean, even in the summer, I'm thinking here's our district schedule. We got Lufkin at home, who's going to be better, and they are. They're a lot better. They stay healthy. They'll get in the playoffs, I think. But that's going to be key for them, staying healthy because they're thin. But and you got them at home. Then you got to go on the road the following week. So the first two ball games are very, very tough with Lufkin, Lancaster, and then you hit open week. And so heck no, if you told me 42-0, I might have slept a little bit more. It was Lufkin week stressful. I mean, it's just the rivalry, the excitement of the game, knowing you're going up against some really good coaches and really good players, and you better prepare your team well and it's going to come down to, I'm telling you, one or two plays. I mean, you think about it. We don't get in on fourth down and one, and we don't pick the ball down there in the end zone.
Yeah.
And it's a 7-7 game or a 14-7 game. You're thinking differently at halftime. And lucky for us, fortunate enough, we made plays, and that really separated the game and then hit the big one to start the second half.
Just looking at things right now, it looks like this district is a lot deeper, better, top to bottom. There's going to be a good team that gets left out of the playoffs this year. Tyler won tonight. Forney blew out West Mesquite. Last night, Lancaster lost. Are you surprised they're at 1-3 right now?
I was surprised about last. Not that I don't think McKinney North's good. No, don't get me wrong, but that just shows you can't compare scores from one year to the next. I think it was 76-7 last year.
Yeah.
Lancaster just blew them away, and Lancaster's played a tough schedule, and played some really good teams. But McKinney North, we knew they were going to be good. They hit some big plays on. They're talented. Running back, quarterback, receiver played against us last year. They got a good offensive line, but they're talented. We go to Forney, we go to Lancaster, we go to McKinney North. So there's three booger bears right there on the road, for us. So that's why this was an important game. We have Tyler, North Mesquite at home. That's it. We got to go to West Mesquite, and so it was a big game tonight, and all of them are going to be huge. You're trying to get in the playoffs. You're trying to get a home game. You're trying to get a gold ball. All those things, come into play each week.
I got to just give one shout out to the punter.
Pretty good, ain't it?
That's one of the best punts I've ever seen us have.
Snap goes over his head. He picks it up at the 5. He's got a guy hanging on him, and he kicks it 55 yards.
John Anthony. That's all I can tell you. I was telling his uncle coming up, he I said, it's amazing what it's transpired over the last 4 years because he was not playing football. We asked him to come kick.
Really?
As a freshman. Hey, man, just show up and come kick at the game. All we need to do is kick off. That's it. And then all of a sudden, he gets into it. He and he gets really good at it. And, we saw him just progress last year and really was pushing Michael Fields, making both of them better. And, it's his time to shine now. He's a heck of a soccer player too, and I'm so proud of just the way our coaches and our athletic program share athletes. Mm-hmm. That's huge. And you wouldn't get a guy like this if you didn't, but yeah, he's pretty good. And we've got some younger ones that are coming. Michael Smith came back and joined us this year. He's another soccer kid, and we got 3 or 4 other ones that are on the lower levels that are coming out and kicking. So you never know what'll happen, but you got to have those kind of kids.
No doubt.
But he made a heck of a play there. Very heads up play.
One last thing about the game tonight. I saw Tatum coming off the field, looked a little gimped up at times. How's he doing?
He's fine as far as I know.
Okay.
He's down there celebrating with his teammates. And that's what happens when you're a marked man. You're going to take some shots. If everybody wants to try to make a name off of you. And I thought he ran the ball well tonight. He had some tough runs. He didn't pop a big one, per se, but he got the tough yards, and he's healthy, and get him to next week. That's going to be the thing. We're able to run some of those other guys down there. But I thought he did an excellent job running the ball tonight, when things weren't there.
All right, our segment has to close up with where in the world is John King this weekend? And you're headed to Oxford, Mississippi, I guess.
Hotty-totty, gosh almighty. Never been there.
Going to take in the Grove?
I'm going to go take in the Grove. I'm going to drive part of the way tonight, get up in the morning, and finish the rest of it. And
you wearing a coat and tie?
Heck no. I'm wearing Georgia Tech gear. No.
I just teed that up for you, Coach.
Yeah. I may go over and get my butt whooped or something, but I ain't wearing no coat or no tie. But, no, they say it's a great experience. So maybe Georgia Tech can go over there and play well and give themselves a chance late in the game. I know that Ole Miss is pretty good, and they're going to try to run the football, but they got Alabama the week after, so maybe they're looking at Alabama, not Georgia Tech.
Tell you what, they better be looking at Haynes King because that boy's played pretty well the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He's played okay. He's played good. He's happy. He's, things are good for him now. But I can tell you, we said this last week, in college football, it's easy come, easy go.
Yes,
you can go from the penthouse to the outhouse in a hurry, and particularly at quarterback.
Yeah.
It can be a lonely position. The quarterback and the head coach get too much credit and too much blame, if you ask me.
So are you driving tomorrow to Oxford? Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm driving tonight to West Monroe, stay with my in-laws, and then drive in tomorrow. So it's about, 4-hour drive for me tomorrow.
Okay, and then when the game's over, it's a night game.
I'll be going back to West Monroe, spend the night, and get up Sunday morning and be in the office by noon.
Good night. So, I don't know how you do it.
Well, I finally got a knot out of my stomach walking off the field after the game. And I'll have a knot again Sunday as soon as I get back in the office, though, on that Lancaster video. I watch some of it on the road with the iPad, but when you sit down and start really studying, then you think, oh, my God. But, yeah, you get about 24 hours of relief, and it starts again.
Never ends, ends. Just a walking ulcer.
Yeah, it sure is. But what a way to make a living,
hey. I'll tell you what, it was fun tonight, Coach. Congratulations. Johnny, any last thoughts before we turn it loose?
I just thought it was a great effort by Longview tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. But
fantastic.
Thank y'all.
Coach,
appreciate y'all.
John King, thanks very much.
42
to nothing. Yeah, I'll get it right. It's like it happened just an hour ago. So anyway, thanks to John King for coming by, and congratulations to the Lobos. We're going to wrap it up tonight. Thanks very much for listening. For Johnny Vaughn, I'm Brian Houston. Again, the final score: Longview 42-0 over Lufkin and I, pitching a shutout to go to 3-1 and 1-0 in district. You've been listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Thanks for listening to the Longview Lobo postgame show, an exclusive broadcast presentation on 106.5 Jack FM.
Also brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Bigger, faster, stronger, more experienced, just better. This is who we are, and they know it too.
You've been listening to Longview Lobo High School Football on 106.5 Jack FM.
The Longview Lobo Football Radio Network, presented by Peter Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview. Longview Kilgore Cable TV. The law offices of Sorey and Hoover. Eastman Credit Union. First Choice Personnel. Sophie's Car Wash. Bish, RV of Longview. Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center. The Bug Police. Flood Out Restoration. McDaniel's Quality Body Works. And Telco Plus Credit Union. This is the Lobo Nation on the Longview Lobos Radio Network. 106.5 Jack FM.